Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Infinite Horizon.
What do you do?
Are we in the right place? Is this it?
I think this is the right. I think
This
this
is
is
the
it.
place? We're here?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay,
This
cool,
is
cool.
this is where we're supposed to be.
This is Alcoholics Anonymous, right? Cool.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
My name is. I'm sorry.
Okay. We got some energy going on in this.
Cheers.
All
I
right.
heard that if the professor is 15 minutes late, we can all go home. Is that?
Yeah, is that right?
Does that really apply?
I'm sorry. Do any of you have GM on your nameplate? Anyway.
No, I
Thank
guess
God
not.
I don't.
I mean, technically, you don't either. You're a game master, but let's not get into semantics.
Don't get Lucas mad before he can kill us.
Well, that's the whole episode, everybody. Goodbye.
Oh my God.
The whole planet explodes. Bye.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. To another episode of Infinite Horizon. Our last third episode. I'm sorry.
Boo.
Never gets old.
Wow. All right. Anyway. So, yes, as John is pointing out in the chat, John says, "Hey Lucas, what are you wearing and where can I get one?" Well, I am in fact wearing
Wow.
an Infinite Horizon hoodie featuring the season 2 and beyond art by Caitlin Bruder. So yeah,
Beyond, I like that.
you can get this in our merch store, which has been conveniently linked for you in the chat by Nightbot
Woo.
and Geekouts, a tag team made right here on Twitch.
And a mug.
And a mug. We're not doing this. This is not what we're doing right now. We're not plugging our merch right now.
That's all I have. The mug just happened to be right in front of me.
That's not what we're doing.
Oh, and this.
What are we doing? Do you have announcements, Lucas?
I genuinely have no idea. So yes, we do have announcements. The first and largest of these announcements is that this weekend, Saturday, what month are we in? September 25th on Q Times. The very first episode of Republic City Rumble will be coming to you at 6 p.m. Pacific time. This is sort of the first episode in our 4-part collaboration with Q Times to do an Avatar Legends. Excuse me, I have hiccups now. That's not part of the announcement. We Avatar Legends actual play based around pro bending, which is great. I'm very excited for that. That will be happening this weekend. This weekend and I have to keep repeating it because it sort of is here now, and I was not prepared. I mean, prepared in the sense of like GMing prepared, not prepared in the sense of like time wise, because time is fake. And as we know, thanks to Taeyeon, smells like burnt rubber and sadness. Which was a throwaway comment at the time, but honestly, it's turning out to be pretty accurate.
I think it's canon now. I think we've made the joke enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Republic City Rumble will be coming to Q Times on this Saturday at 6 p.m. and the following Saturday, and then after that, the last 2 episodes of it you will find right here, same day and same time. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this. It's gonna be good. So that's the first big announcement. The related announcement is that since that is happening, for the next 4 weeks, there will be no Mass Effect Saturdays in our Discord because we're going to be occupied. We're going to be doing an actual play. And yeah. Oh, there is also another announcement on Saturday, which I have been a little bit quiet about, but because it was not announced until a few days ago. But I am also going to be on a charity stream over on, oh gosh, I know the name of the Twitter account, but the Twitch account is different. I'll post it. I'll post it. But it's Sergey Compositions. I'm gonna be in a Kids on Bikes game, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Kids on Bikes one shot. I'm gonna be playing a character, and you'll have to come and see to find out who.
I'm gonna be playing a human, a person.
I will be
Kid
playing
on a bike.
yeah. So yeah, I will. It's unfortunately at about around the same time as Republic City Rumble. So that's that's where I will be during that time. But that's okay because over on Republic City Rumble, Krug will take good care of you. But yeah, so this charity is for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and it's a very good cause. It's going to be a fun game. A lot of fun people involved in this game and some really cool character concepts that everybody has. So yeah, I will post links and relevant stuff later in the Discord so that y'all can know more specifically where to find this. But yeah. I think those are oh, wait, no. Ramblemancy. This Friday on Ramblemancy, we will be talking about, at 7 p.m. Pacific time, we will be talking about the act of creating with a special guest, Dare. Dare will be joining us, and yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. We've been wanting to have them on for a really long time, and we finally managed to make schedules align, so yeah. Dare's super cool, so I'm very much looking forward to having that conversation.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I think that might be all of my announcements. Anybody else have stuff they want to talk about? Please take this away from me.
I almost just fell out of my chair. October 3rd. I think that's that Sunday. Power Play is coming back for our Power Play day off. 5 p.m. Pacific over on Q Times. We're just gonna take Rick for a ride, I think is what's
That's a threat and a promise.
yeah, exactly. We just kind of get to do whatever we want. So we've been talking a little bit about it, and I'm excited for what we're gonna. I don't even know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be really fun. Might be a little emotional. We're just gonna get some things out that we haven't gotten to do yet, and things we wanted to do but haven't because of plot. So it'll be very exciting. Oh, and also a very important announcement. I got to hug Remy twice yesterday, so we should all be really jealous.
No way.
I am jealous.
Remy was in my home.
Hold on, wait. Give me a sec real quick. I need to do something very important.
Follow
The
Remy on
last
Twitter.
announcement.
Let me just give me a sec. My computer's really slow. Give
That's
me
all
a
right.
sec.
We understand. It's for a good cause.
Yeah. Not that. There it is. Okay, cool.
Those are my very, very important announcements.
Yeah.
Follow Remy on Twitter. Okay, cool.
Follow Remy on Twitter. So, awesome. Other announcements, things happening.
I mean, I have a couple of announcements. I mean, I feel like I have more than one, but I can only remember one at the moment. So I want to hope it comes to me as I'm talking. This Sunday, this Sunday at the 26th of September, I'm going to be over on the D&D channel because I'm going to be part of the D&D celebration 2021.
Yeah.
Fuck
At
yeah.
10 a.m. Pacific, which I believe is 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be playing in a D&D one shot with Jeremy Cobb of Three Black Halflings. Let me get all the names because they're people that honestly I should know their names, but I'm bad. Okay, my memory's bad. Grace, Kelly, Honey and Dice, Izza, Evil Clever Dog, and Kim Richards from High Rollers, which is very cool. I didn't know I was going to be playing with until a couple of days ago.
Oh my god, that's an incredible
awesome.
Group. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's an all British group as well, so I'm very excited about that. But yeah, be there. It's going to be great. My character, I'm very excited for everyone to meet my character. He's definitely anime inspired, but also
Really?
great.
I'm shocked.
Wow, they're out at me like this.
Everybody, Drac likes anime.
I
Wait,
know. I don't
what?
really talk about it much.
Sweet.
Yeah. The second thing didn't come to me while I was talking, so I guess I'm never going to remember.
That's okay. You'll probably have another opportunity at some point during this evening. Okay. Anybody else? Anything else? All right. Well, then I think we are ready to get into tonight's episode of Infinite Horizon.
Oh God.
Caitlin, you want to start the 3 hour screaming now, or should we wait until? Okay.
All right. We'll see you in just a second. All right, and welcome back, everybody. So hold on, as I remember how to do all of this. This is fun. Things aren't unmuting. I hope y'all can hear me because everything looks like it froze to me. So this is very fun. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I hope
We can hear you.
Okay, cool. Like
Yeah, I
my
got stream.
Streamlabs froze, so that's fun.
Ooh.
Okay, well, we're just gonna hope that this works out. So, previously on Infinite Horizon, um, as the crew were cleaning up after a meal together, they received word that a multitude of Voxora ships had jumped into orbit around the Resistance base. The crew met with an ambassador named Zero, who informed them that the corps had seized the Prime Conduit near the Voxora homeworld. In order to preserve the safety of their people, the entirety of the Voxora population had fled the system in the ships now orbiting the base. Though the corpse ends were uncertain, it was clear to the Voxora that they were attempting to reactivate the Prime Conduit. Knowing the corpse were up to no good, the Resistance began planning a counterstrike to retake the Prime Conduit. As the crew moved to the hangar to prep Awakener for the coming mission, a nearby crane failed as it was moving a rover, threatening to crush the people beneath it. Bina leapt into action, manifesting a new power as she dissolved into light and whisked the endangered personnel out of harm's way. To everyone's surprise, however, the falling rover had simply stopped in midair. A quick investigation revealed Jade to be the source of the rover's halted momentum through a reflexive use of his newfound powers. A few tests run by Abriel revealed that Jade's powers allowed him to manipulate energy. With the excitement surrounding Jade's newly manifested abilities receding, however, Bina and Alma returned to Awakener to finalize preparations for their mission. As they worked, long-range sensors picked up a new threat: 6 corporate capital ships jumping into the system, headed straight for the Resistance base. Now on high alert, the Resistance scrambled to prepare for the inbound threat. Sedona intercepted Peach on her way to the command center to deliver an ominous pronouncement. If they stayed, they'd die. With little choice but to trust Sedona's powers of premonition, Peach gave the order to evacuate the base. So, that is where we left off. So where we pick up right now, let's go ahead and pick up in what I think is the most logical place, which is in ops.
Yeah.
As all of you have now gathered. So as basically the Resistance leadership who is present on the base has gathered, so have several others in addition to that, including Becker, and Zaya, and just a few other individuals of the Voxora Ambassador Zero is here as well. So, what are y'all doing? Actually, I'll tell you this. I'll say this right now. The atmosphere in ops is a bunch of people talking over each other loudly.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of people just sort of trying to say stuff, and it's chaos right now.
Peach is probably kind of pacing around the room, and kind of talking also very quickly. Probably just saying, okay, so what's our timeline on evacuation? I can get up people. We can start filling up ships, and I want to. Does Wire have anything that she can update us with?
Wire is currently
this?
keeping a running feed on the progress of the inbound ships. And basically at the moment, is sort of has up in front of her just displays of logistical sort of things, like lists of personnel on the base at the moment, lists of the shuttles, calculations based on how many people they could absolutely, what is the maximum recommended occupancy of shuttles, and then what can we get away with, kind of thing. All those things are up in front of Wire right now.
Okay. So right now she's kind of calculating how many people we can get off and how
Yeah,
fast,
basically.
essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you look to her, she looks up and looks to you, shakes her head and says, "Got about 3 hours until those ships get here. And
We need to buy some time.
yeah. At minimum, if we only evacuate personnel and necessities, we'll still be cutting it really close. That's just people and the things that they need. It's not including any. It's not including equipment. It's not including supplies. We'd basically just be up and leaving.
Is it 3 hours till they reach the system, or 3 hours until they reach?
3 hours till they
planet?
reach the planet.
Oh, okay. They still in FTL right now?
For now, they'll be exiting in probably about an hour.
Okay. Can you keep me posted? And the moment they leave FTL, let me know.
Yeah.
I do think if we want to buy time, we're gonna have to get onto those ships.
And you can teleport on a ship moving that fast?
Absolutely not, no. But once it drops out of FTL, maybe. I just need to know where they are. I think we should be able to pick them up on the scanners, so that should be able to give us the coordinates. I can take a small team if the small team wants to be you. More than happy with that. And I can take some people on, and we can, at the very least, sabotage, slow down the ships, give us more time to evacuate.
Out of character, we've been on the capital ship before when we were first taken, right? I mean, Taehan wasn't, but
Yeah.
like the rest of us were.
I mean, yeah. There was. Yeah. You have been. Yeah.
Wire, is there any way to pull up some kind of schematic of a capital ship of this size?
I
Could help us sabotage.
I'll do what I can. There's. The thing is, I'm not sure how you'll do it, but how you're planning on doing it. But if it's unlikely that you're going to be able to get to sabotage them all before they reach us.
We don't need to sabotage all, just as many as we can. We're trying to save time, I suppose. We don't have the time to actually destroy, just slow them down. If we can set some fires, that should be hopefully enough. Every minute counts from what you're saying anyway.
All right. Wire just sort of like reaches up, pulls up some things, and just sort of like swipes them over to Bina, to your terminal.
I believe, unless you were just letting me have done it, we were on our way up to go talk to the Voxora, but...
Oh, you're right. So, yeah, you and Oma are...
If you want to say that already happened, that's fine,
so.
But I feel I didn't know if you wanted that to be a thing that I had to
No,
do.
I think that makes sense, because it would make sense then why, like, the Voxora ambassador is here.
Okay, so we went up and talked to him and brought it down. Cool.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure, clarify where I was.
No, I think that makes sense. You would have... I mean, you'd have had time for that. So...
Good to know. Good to know I'm here. I was like listening to everybody. I'm like, I'm not here. Okay, here I am. Hello, I'm here. What do I have? What does Wire swipe me?
Just like the schematics.
Awesome.
It's nothing that you haven't seen before or that you don't already have. But yeah.
We don't know if these are the same ships, but I mean, it'll give us something to go off of.
Yeah.
They could have made adjustments, updates. I mean, I do want to turn to the Voxora ambassador. When you fled, who was inbound? Who was there? What type of ships showed up when you guys left?
Well, there were the ones that appeared at the conduit. There were many. I think at last report we had there were at least 3 vessels of the size that are currently closing in on us, as well as numerous smaller frigates and the like.
Okay. We were just trying to figure out. There's no way they could have followed you that fast.
No, they would be still some weeks behind us.
Weeks behind, yeah. So that means if they're not here for you, then they know about us. How?
We'll have to find out. We can't just go on and sabotage the ships. We need to find out how they found us so they won't be able to find us again.
This has to be sabotage and intel gathering.
Becker leans back and says, I mean, I hear you, and I'm all for gathering more information. I'm just not sure we have the time for
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be something, an internal sweep then later. I mean, if we have a mole, we need to know about it.
It's true. If we have a leak and we don't deal with it, then it doesn't matter where we go.
Where we go.
Ravorza leans forward at that point, just sort of placing two of her arms on the table, and she says, "Yes, but if we waste time here, then we won't be going anywhere."
No, I agree. We'll have to do it at a future point, but I think that needs to be a priority.
Yeah, we need to scatter as fast as we can and then find a meetup point once we're out of harm's way.
I have reports right now that Brewer and the other maintenance and crew are currently in the process of preparing shuttles, and the first one just launched.
Great.
Good.
Okay, perfect.
So is the plan now just scatter, and then in a week we meet up somewhere? Is that what we're looking at here?
Wire looks over at Ada Spriggs, who glances up and says, "Right. Wire asked me to plot some trajectories here, and here I wrote this, and they sort of swipe it up onto the screen, where basically what you see is just sort of like largely incomprehensible code. But Ada says, I've written a navigation algorithm that should, when uploaded to the navigation computers of the vessels, it'll randomly plot out jumps for each of the ships individually. It will take them everywhere, but eventually bring us all back together at a rendezvous location. It'll be unknown to all of us."
Amazing. That's perfect. That's better than anything, actually.
Ravorza, who would be most likely, do you think, organizationally, to have that kind of information of how they found us?
She kind of like glances around the room and just says, "Only thing that makes sense is someone here."
Okay.
But someone on their ship.
Someone here.
But if
I don't think we have time to think about that right now.
Yeah, this is an on the way out.
This is something that
we pondered.
We need to evacuate.
We need to evacuate. Need to get prepared.
Question for the DM: Do we have enough vessels to get everyone out? Because last time we have a lot of people here, or are we going to need the help of the Voxora?
But you do with the Voxora.
Okay, cool. That's just what I wanted to make sure.
Technically, you would have the space without the Voxora, but it would not be easy, and it would be it would be be very overcrowded. With the Voxora, you could probably you can
I'm
manage
assuming
it easily.
if they're here plotting with us, they're cool with helping us evacuate. They can just bail.
There's 60 plus Voxora ships.
I knew there was a
got
bunch
the
of
space.
them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Some kind of sabotage, huh?
Yeah, so I could jump a few of us into a ship as long as they get out of FTL, and we can use the schematics to hopefully get us right to where we need to be. The engines will probably be the best place. Whether or not I can be that accurate is, I don't know. But if we can start small fires, if we can blow up an engine, that's at the very least one capital ship out of commission for a while.
Yeah.
And if we can and the evacuation's going all right, I'd like to come with you. Maybe if we're going through, I can skim some surface thoughts, see if anybody knows anything about how they found us.
How many people can you comfortably take without hurting yourself or overdoing it?
You're asking Taeyeon?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, me. Okay.
Yeah.
With that much, no matter what, it's going to be a lot of effort. But I can take up to 5 people.
Okay. We should keep it small.
Becker leans forward and just kind of like puts his elbows on the table and just goes, "Jump in, do sabotage from the inside. All reliable, huh?"
Yep.
Seems like it worked here.
Could probably come at something with two angles. We have a team here doing something while we do that. We at least have 2 buffers, but I don't know what a second prong of this plan would be. Something illusory, some sort of misdirect with like scanners. I don't know if we can. I don't know what that looks like.
General Antos nods at you, Bina, and he just says, "Yeah, one thing's for sure, we definitely don't. We can give him a fight, but we definitely can't go head to head with him.
No.
Anything that'll take some of the heat off of us.
We can't meet them on their playing field. There's no way. These are big ships.
I've been analyzing the some of the data that I've seen from corporate vessel distributions in the past, and I'm guessing." And he like throws up a tactical display. He says, "Most likely thing, it's their standard tactical response is well, I suppose it depends on what their objectives are, but
Which we don't know.
let's assume the worst here and assume that they're here to stamp us all out. If that's the case, they're gonna quickly most likely going to move into a blockade position, set up a net, trap us against the gravity well of the planet so that we can't FTL out, or if we do, we'll be fucked anyway. They'll try to prevent us from reaching escape vectors on an FTL course. Says, each of those vessels is capable of berthing at least 8 squadrons of fighters. They'll probably deploy them as soon as they're in position and fill out the net. From that point on, it's just catch and kill."
I want to pull up the schematics that I've got and any knowledge that I've had, experience I've had with this particular ship before, which is maybe like 1. But I've studied this ship before because we've done missions on these ships before. Is there anything that I can pull, like any type of mechanics, or like maybe I could work with Ada, something like even like a virus, so they can't use weapons, they can't open their fighter doors, they can't, like just something like is there anything that I know about these ships like that, or like weak spots, or just areas of like a kill switch? Like, is there anything like that I can try to find?
I actually will give this to you right up, just for free, because this is something, like, as you said, you've looked at this before, but like the thing is, these ships are designed pretty robustly, because this is
That's what I'm
these are not ships that are
about.
designed to be sold by the corporations. These are ships designed for the corporations.
Yes, yeah.
They are pretty robust, and the corps have, honestly, close to unlimited resources to put into this kind of stuff. There's no like exploits or anything like that.
Cool. That's what I wanted to ask. Like, okay, so, and the engine, is this a ship with an engine room I've been in before? Was it a capital ship that we were on the first time we had Taeon here? Is it a capital ship?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I've been in that engine before. I've sabotaged this engine specifically before. Okay, so that's nice. That's nice to know. Is it a single engine block, or was it multiple?
I
remember being inside something big.
Yeah, there's one sort of large engineering deck, but there's there's multiple engine blocks. Like, it's not like, there's not like one sort of central drive. I think also what you did when you were there, I don't know if you sabotaged the ship's engines.
I think shut something down.
I think what you did was you prevented them from jumping.
Yeah, I put a lock on something, or like I was in their engine.
Yeah.
I was messing with something in their engine.
Shutting down an FTL drive.
I made Taeon not fight. Sorry, buddy.
Shutting down an FTL drive is a lot harder than is a lot easier than just cutting engines.
Yeah. We're not too worried about them following us because we're scattering, so cutting off their FTL isn't really gonna do much for us here. This has to be, we either have to stop the fighters from deploying, or we have to stop them before they get close enough to the planet to deploy their fighters. So this is we have to render them like dead in the water. I think that's what or scramble their systems enough that they can't navigate at all. But once they're in system, I don't know if that's like, you could probably navigate by sight once you're in a system.
Yeah.
It would be annoying, but like.
Okay, I mean, you can scramble their sensors. It's hard just to navigate by sight, but that's not how they would do it, and that actually wouldn't matter because scrambling their sensors would really all that would maybe accomplish is their ability to like scan the specifics of the area.
So that's what I'm
like,
saying. Like it wouldn't do enough.
Like they'd still know. Like they'd still have like charts of the area. Like they would. Like
Yeah.
that's not gonna change that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
it's like they'd have other resources, so that wouldn't really do anything for us. So. It says it has to be engines, or can we think of anything else? Because like take it out of pilot, that ship isn't gonna do anything. There's gonna be hundreds of people in there. Like that's not.
All I know is take out the engines, leave them dead in the water.
It'll give us time. It won't take them off the table, but it'll give us time.
That's all we're looking for right now.
You kind of at this conversation, you can feel a surge of like heightened apprehension from Becker.
I look at him.
Mm-hmm. He
raise eyebrows.
Yeah, he looks over at you and just says,
"We have no time for beating around the bush here."
Yeah. He just shakes his head and says, "I don't know. You've done this before."
Elaborate.
I don't know. I just one of the things you learn pretty quickly in working in intelligence work is
same plan. It doesn't work twice. That's right. Okay.
I mean, it might, but you've run this scenario before.
This is true. Peach, how big do your illusions go?
I mean, I've made them pretty big before, but I've never made them like planetary big. I mean,
how about base big?
I could try, but I feel like they would suspect that something was amiss. But I could definitely try to give us some cover.
Not gonna do much, probably. What tricks do we have? Like I'm trying. What tricks do we have? Not many for this scale.
The general sort of frowns and then looks over at you, Peach, and he says, what if we had more ships?
Have you been sitting on a fleet, General?
No.
Or what if we looked like we had more ships?
It doesn't have to intimidate them. It doesn't even have to fool them. They just don't have to. They just
make them hesitate.
Not even. It's just don't give them something that they don't know what to fire at.
Mm.
It's like a shell game with ships.
There's the queen.
What would you recommend? The size of vessels? What would make them the most confused tactically?
Honestly, we have one capital vessel of our own. If we just copy that out to, it'll make it even more confusing. Just a bunch of identical ships. They won't know which one to aim at.
All right, take me to see it.
He just like throws up a display. Like it's
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna study it for a second, and then I'm just looking to see if it says anything about how big I can make things. But I'll spend XP if I have to.
Sure. Revorza's looking at it and just goes, "Still, that's not gonna buy us much. I mean, it'll buy us some time, but
we should have backups, so at least we have that. But we need more plan."
Zaya just sort of shakes her head and says, "Well, what I wouldn't give for a planetary plasma cannon right now."
Fortunately, they're bringing about 6.
Yeah.
But they'll be pointed at us. How hard would that be to transport on ships?
Yeah, not sure we have the resources for that.
Okay, does everyone knows about? No, it's not a good idea.
We love to hear it anyways.
I think Talon's like very much struggling with this because a plasma cannon releases a form of energy.
Abriel just sort of looks at you, says, "I know where you're going."
I said it was a bad idea.
We could turn their own weapons against them. Is that what you're saying?
Wait, couldn't... Are we dead? Are we sure we're not going to try and board their ships and wreck their engines? There's something that's off the table entirely.
I think we should keep it in our pocket, but
it seems like they might be expecting it at this point. I mean, we've done the same move
we need a more specific
a couple times.
plan of attack if we're going to do that.
And
I don't think it's off the table, but it needs workshopping.
the general just looks and says, "Out of curiosity, how long do you think it would take you to take out one of those things? Because the reality is, even with one or two down, they'd still be able to pretty effectively blockade us in."
I can jump between ships instantly, pretty easily, as long as I know where they are, and as long as once I get them on the sensors, I'll have solid enough coordinates to understand where they are and be able to jump there. How long it would take for us to actually damage the engines, I don't know. It depends on how we're going to do it. My go-to is explosions. Grenades always do a good job. If it doesn't destroy the engine, it at very least does some collateral damage that hopefully they'll have to take care of in such a sensitive area of the ship.
I don't know if we have any explosive big enough here that would do anything sizable. I think it would have to be some sort of power-based or mechanical base. Is that correct, DM? Am I correct in assuming that our like hand grenades aren't going to take out a capital vessel?
No, probably not. I mean, they'll do damage, obviously. Like they're not they're not designed to be to take explosions from the inside. But it would probably take you a fair most of what you've got
for one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
If you can point me, Bina, to anywhere that needs specific tampering that would work, that makes it less of an explosion thing, but more of an internal thing. I can help while you obviously do your magic. I'll do mine and destroy anything on the inside. But
there will be delicate systems. I guess we can try to target areas specifically, but yeah, I think we'll have to spend more time than we want to actually, stop them. So I could keep us both invisible. That's an option.
At this point, the door to the briefing room opens, and you can see one of the operators from the from ops step in, and the general looks over and goes, "Report." She sort of straightens to attention and then just says, "Sir, we have an updated tactical assessment of the incoming vessels. Send it in." "Yes, sir." And she steps away. And you see after a moment the displays that have been monitoring the ships blip into they sort of update, and you can see the classes of vessels that are coming. There's 5 of them are the same classic, the same kind of vessels that you've had experiences with before. The 6th one is a little bit different. You can see sort of it has that same sort of almost bullet shaped kind of structure as the others, as well as the bridge that kind of rises up in a single sort of column from kind of towards the back in the center. But it also has sort of these larger dome shaped protrusions about on either side of the vessel. Probably I think there are 3 on each side. And you see as the general just shakes his head and just, "Damn it."
What are we looking at, General?
What is this?
Those dome things there, those are gravity well generators. As long as that thing's anywhere close to us, they don't need to trap us against the planet. There's no jumping with that.
Gotta get everybody out now then.
We need to evacuate.
That's the plan, but we don't have time. They're going to be here, and that thing is going to be in effective range by the time we're ready to get everyone out.
So we need to take out that ship first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There
don't
were-
know. I can jump there, but I don't know. We don't have the schematics as far as I'm aware. We don't have the schematics of that, so I
Yeah,
can't jump us directly to where we
what-
need to be.
General, what do you know about this ship? Anything else? Anything of the interiors? Anything about how it works?
Almost nothing. I know that back when I was still serving in the Ascendancy Navy, there was we were trying to contract some for our own navy, but we never managed to get those contracts through. So I know basically as much as you do.
Okay.
Looks like the basic design of the ship is the same, but who knows what the insides look like.
the long shot, but does Mason know through his training or time with the regulators? Is there any way he might know something?
Unlikely that the regulators would have used these. Like, it would have made the
Yeah.
regulators' job a lot easier, but it's unlikely that they had them.
Fair.
Yeah.
I can still try jumping us there if you want to take out that first. It does seem like the priority, especially if we're trying to escape.
When are they in range to fuck with our shit? Like when they're in the system or when they're like near in orbit of the planet? Like how close do they have to be?
Yeah.
I guess I would probably ask that in character. Sorry, I didn't mean to aim that at you. Mina says that.
Yeah. The general just shakes his head and says, if I had to guess, they probably don't have to actually be in position in their blockade formation to use that effectively. That said, they'll probably rely on that to get them to give them time to get themselves into position. Gives us something of a window, and he looks at you, Tay, and he says, and it gives us a target.
Yeah. Okay. I know explosions and grenades won't do much, but never hurts to have some. How many do we have just to get? I have some sonic grenades, but I don't have anything to do serious damage just yet. I can run down and get some, and when everyone's ready, I can jump as many people as we can to the ship.
What are we looking at for destructive powers, blasts? What does anyone have? I have a few blasty things. I've never tried them against ship parts, understandably, but I mean,
I can
That'll give us
decay
more
and age
firepower.
anything.
might
I
help.
can take that to
That's
the extreme.
age, not so great on mechanics.
Yeah.
So that might be
Speed
useful,
rest.
actually. Yeah.
Can we try, this is kind of this might be kind of a silly question. Can we hail can I try to hail the incoming ship?
Oh my god.
One of them?
I'm so concerned. What if they don't actually?
They might.
Well, I mean, they probably, if they don't know, then they'll know when they get here. So it's like, we might as well.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Also, there is literally nothing out here.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
There's no reason for them to be here. That's specifically why this was
being
chosen.
Hopeful.
That's specifically why this area was chosen for the base.
I know.
So, right now, to answer your question, right now they're still out of range.
Okay.
But like, as soon as they jump into the system, you could do that.
Okay, whenever they're in range, I want to go to a part where there's not like some people, but not like you can't see people, and you can pick up background noise of everybody. And I want to see if I can hail one of the
Okay.
ships.
Sounds good.
You're gonna try some. Mason kind of just puts his fingers up. Diplomacy.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Once they're within range is also going to be when they're going to be within range for my teleportation. And
Exactly.
I don't know if you want to.
Well, I won't do that ship.
Okay.
I can always try for a bluff. We have men on the inside destroying your ships as we speak.
I'll be honest. If you want to do that, wait for me to be outside of the ship, like just maybe back here. That'd be great.
Okay. That would make sense.
But yeah, no, causing some chaos on the inside is always helpful. So who is the team that's coming with me though?
I'll go with.
I know my way around engines, but I don't know if that's what we want there. But also, I can't do anything from here, so.
I mean,
I think-
if we're going to be trying to sabotage some engines, I mean, someone who knows their way around it is going to be very helpful.
I think for any of that to succeed, they're gonna need you there, Bina.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go get as many grenades as I can. And
I'll go
Tan's gonna
help you with
teleport over to
that.
them.
Mason's just gonna go the.
Tan's like, if you say you're gonna help, Tan's gonna like put his hand on
Sure.
On Mason's shoulder and teleport over to the armory.
Zaya stands up. She says, "I'll go too." Wire looks up and goes, "No, I need you here." She says, "What am I gonna do? Run logistics?" Wire shakes her head and says, "I have something I need you to do." Okay. And she sits back down, and just kind of like glances over at you, Bina, and just shrugs.
I want to know how that interaction felt from inside. From both
Me
of them,
too.
please and thank you.
Me too.
From Wire, the entire time that you've been here, Wire is like trying to read a steel wall.
Yeah.
She's like
Clamped on.
Yep, she is like
yeah.
fully locked down.
Yep.
Zaya, on the other hand, is mostly just is like anxious and then just a little bit confused all of a sudden.
Confused? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
Sounds
like
good. Thank you.
and like when I say anxious, I mean like anxious to like be doing something. Like we're talking,
Anticipation.
yeah, like we've
Yeah.
got she's got like that like rocking back and forth, like all right, come on, let's
Let me punch something.
yeah. And now she's just confused a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the general nods and says, "Well, then, if there's nothing else you need from me, I'll take my position on our last and best line of defense."
Is Tan not there anymore, right?
Yeah, Dan left.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to buzz Taeyeon and just tell you, Taeyeon, I have to stay down here to make a distraction and do some things. But if you find anyone that you think has some good information, and you want to bring them back, might be a good
Will do.
idea.
But we still have like an hour before the ships are within. Yeah. Okay. Drop out of FTL. Right? Cool. And people are currently evacuating, right? That's what.
Yes, it has
Cool.
just started, basically.
Yes. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
What percent we could maybe get? Well, we would like a third of the base out by the time they get.
Yeah,
to the
more
system?
or less.
Cool.
Can
Okay.
you make people move faster, Taeyeon? Isn't that one of your things?
Yeah, but it's very tiring.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
It
my
doesn't.
edge doesn't
It costs a
reset
lot.
completely.
Mhm.
Yeah, it doesn't cost a lot. With edge, it'll cost 2, but I can't. I'm assuming we have like at least 100 people, so I can't like.
There's
make
like
everyone move
there's like
faster.
almost 200 people at the
200
base.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here.
I do not have enough for that. Soon, but not right now.
Bina's gonna go collect all of her best tools from her room and from Awakener because I'm sure they're kind of scattered.
Mhm.
And then it's just gonna kind of, I think, because I can't do anything right now. And so I think she's gonna walk around like near places where people are evacuating, maybe ship areas where people are getting in, and I want to just do like a ship bay wide like aura of we are calm and focused here.
Yeah.
We are being efficient and calm and focused.
Yeah, as you're-
Maybe I can get an extra 2 ships out in the next hour. I don't know, I just want to
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, the hallways are basically like they're not packed, but there's people. There's lots of activity in the corridors.
Yes, yeah.
People are going back and forth.
Wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, that is just happening.
Yeah. And as you're like walking through the corridors, you can see this flurry of activity of people just sort of like moving around, like doing what they're doing, like trying to get out. At one point, as you're walking through the corridor, sort of looking around, like you have kind of collected your stuff, you're making your way to the hangar. You just sort of like glance to your side, and you can see that there's just like a single cloud bell that is just sort of like next to you, just sort of like in time with you, sort of like keeping pace with you down the corridor, just sort of.
I walk a little faster.
Yeah.
Somehow this is your fault, and I keep moving.
Yeah. You begin making your way back to the hangar.
Just I don't know if it'll help, but just like keeping people from panicking and keeping people moving.
Mhm.
That's all I got.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
I would like to look for ciphers in the armory.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. Cool. We
Nice.
can do that.
You might find a really awesome explosion.
You never
Explodey
know.
thing. You never know.
All right, let's look for ciphers, shall we?
Cypher. I didn't even finish
Barely,
it.
no.
Okay,
It's
All right.
always funny.
So, okay, so I am going to need you to roll first. Roll a d6.
D6. Okay. A 6.
Okay. Now go ahead and give me a d100 roll.
D100. Okay. $46.
Interesting. Actually, hold on. I'm actually also gonna roll a thing here real quick. Okay. Freeman, is Mason looking as well?
Why not?
Sure, go for it. I need you to also roll a d6 and then a d100. Actually, and Drac, if you'll both of you do it twice, actually.
Twice. Okay. I got a 5 the first for the D6, and a 96 for the D100.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back on what I said because it doesn't make sense that you. I changed my mind. Ignore the d6 roll. That we're not doing that. So you said 40s.
Okay.
46 was the first one.
Yeah, 46 and a 96.
Okay. 46 and a 96. Cool. Freeman, I'll get to you in a second.
Man, I'm gonna try to pitch something so crazy when I do these ships later. Let me tell you, just prepare yourself.
Nice. I love it.
All right. So you do find there is oh my god. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So you go ahead and give me another d6 as for the level of the cipher.
Okay. 6.
So this is a level 8 cipher.
Whoa.
So this is a
Gosh.
this is a grenade. Yeah, it is a
So lucky.
interesting. This is a desiccating grenade. So
What's
essentially, what that means is that living creatures will take. Projects a small physical explosive up to a long distance away that bursts in an immediate radius, draining moisture from everything within it. Living creatures take damage equal to the cipher's level. Water in the area is vaporized. So, yeah.
I don't know how effective that would be against machinery, but
I mean,
useful
ships
anyway.
have coolant.
Oh, that's a good point.
So,
Okay, cool.
that is a thing. Anyway, and then the other thing that you got, 96. I think this is something that you've gotten, not you specifically, but that has been rolled before. So go ahead and give me another d6 real quick so I can give you the level.
Okay. 5.
Okay, so this is also a level 8 cipher. Creates this, you basically have like a force screen projector. So creates an immobile plane of solid force up to 20 feet by 20 feet for 1 hour.
Okay.
Conforms
They
to
had
the
that in
space.
the one shot.
Yeah.
With
that,
Claire's
yeah,
game.
that's right. Yeah, it conforms to the space available. So.
What pages are these on? I'll just
Okay.
quickly-
So that would be page 348 and 351.
Okay. 348, 351.
All right, Freeman, go ahead and give me what your rolls for your D100.
93 and 60.
Oh, hold on a second. Actually, Drac, I told you a wrong thing. You don't have the force screen projector. You have the force shield projector.
Okay.
Which is same level and everything, but basically creates a shimmering energy shield around the user for 1 hour, during which time gains +3 to armor, or +4 if the level is 5 or higher. So it is a +4.
+4.
So you get basically
Ooh.
like a +4 armor on yours. Freeman, you have the force screen projectors. You're the one who you
Okay.
have the one that creates the plane.
Nice.
And then what was the other one? What was your other roll?
60.
60. Oh my god. This is very fun. Okay.
Good.
Same page for that one, Drac. By the way. It's the same page.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So you have a singularity grenade.
Oh my!
It's level
Can you
10.
explain?
It is a level 10 Cypher.
Uh-huh.
It projects a small it's a small physical explosive up to a long distance away that explodes and creates a momentary singularity that tears at the fabric of the universe. It inflicts 20 points of damage to all within short range, drawing them or their remains together to immediate range if possible.
How's that gonna do in a gravity weapon, huh? How do we think that's gonna? How do we think that's gonna go?
Sick is how that's gonna go.
So there's that.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm glad we remembered to ask for Cypher this time.
The name of the game, the thing we've done 3 times in the last 61 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Tomato.
epic. That's cool.
Yep.
And then I pull out my desecrating grenade, like, this is pretty awesome. And then Mason pulls out his singularity
Did
grenade.
you see
and like,
this?
yeah, no, I think that's a better thing. Yeah, no, it's better.
I'll trade you. I don't know if my throw is very good. You saw how I did with that snowball fight. I mean,
I didn't actually go to that, but I did hear
you
about
did?
it.
I thought you were there. Huh, sorry. Well, next time, if we ever have snow. But, if you want.
I wouldn't mind. I think it would be. I just want to use this. I've never used something like this before. Thank you. I just takes it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we got exactly what we needed.
I know, that's wild, and it's funny because just so that you are aware of what happened over here. So like I had you roll that the d6 is originally to determine like which chart, and then I realized this is the resistance base with limited resources. It doesn't make sense for you to roll on anything but the first chart, and so you would not have gotten explosives if you'd rolled on the big chart, and so that's very funny to me. So yeah, all right.
Wow.
Taeyeon and Mason raiding the armory. Okay, so then let's go ahead and say, for the sake of anything else anybody wants to do to prepare before like we jump to the ships coming in?
Yeah.
Cry.
I'm gonna run to my office room and just grab whatever essentials and just do a quick just like taking quick shots of really important details, and then I'm just going to take all my files and just like and try to hide them in my room.
In the room?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The space might not exist in 24 hours, so just so you know.
That's true. I mean, sadly, well, no. Anyway, just gonna collect what I can, basically. The short of it.
Fair enough. As you're finishing up, as you're exiting your room, you step out into the corridor as you bump into Abriel, who is clearly on her way to like med bay, and she just sort of stops because, oh, hey, doing a last pass?
Yeah, I just grabbed what I could. It's a lot of important information, but maybe if it gets destroyed, then they won't get in the wrong hands.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing to think about, actually.
She just sort of shakes her head and kind of looks past you, kind of down the corridor in the direction she was heading. Says, as long as I've been a doctor, the last thing I wanted was to be tied to any one place, figuring I could do more good on the move. But now that I have a physical space, my own, that I almost feel like I don't want to leave it behind.
I don't either, but I don't want to. We don't die here today.
Yeah, I'd be really pissed at you if you did.
Thanks.
She says, I'll catch up with you later. I just gotta grab some more things from medbay.
Be careful.
Yeah, you too.
I just squeeze her hand.
Yeah, she sort of stops, kind of looks up at you, and just very gently squeezes back, and then continues on her way.
Mason just kind of looks after her for a little bit. kind of scratches his cheek, and then kind of turns around and goes in a direction, not really thinking.
Sounds good. Other things, other preparation?
I just want to go out to where, like, to do Dreamcraft, I have to be kind of in, like, the immediate space. So I'm just going to go out and, like, kind of look out and, like, kind of get a feel for, like, the space and, like, where I'm going to make the ships appear.
Sure. So if that's true,
Well, I don't know if I have to be in the immediate space, but I at least have to be it has to be within my long range, and I'm pretty sure I have to be, like, looking out there.
Okay, so long range is like within like 100 feet or so. It's like 100 to 200 feet. That's long range.
You
Yeah.
like need to be in the orbiting our orbit station, maybe.
Yeah, I would either do that, or I could maybe spend some XP and make it farther away. GM.
Not that far. That's a lot. That is a lot. That's a long way.
I have like 5 XP.
I will say that you will probably have to be like actually out like in space to do it. You can't do it from the planet's surface.
Okay.
Do we want to get Awakener in orbit?
That would be I'm gonna relay that information to everybody.
Yeah. If we're like on voice chat real quick. Yeah. Like
well, actually
we can't.
Can
we text? Is like text-based communication?
It's I mean you can send them, but they won't go through until the planet rotates past that particular point.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, then I say nothing.
Wait, so where are you right now, Bean? Are you still you're still here, right, in Ops?
Oh,
so
yeah,
we'd still be in the same place.
Oh, she's been down in where like the evacuation is
like,
happening
down in the
to
hangar.
like help with crowd control because she can do that with her brain.
Oh, cool.
I'm just trying to make evacuation go just like
Yeah.
a teeny bits faster.
Okay. Then I'd probably actually have to go physically and find Bina to ask her about Awakener. So I'm gonna come down and like also having no more information from Y or anyone than what we have now, I'm gonna come down and find you.
How'd it go? How's the
I mean, no real changes. They're still coming. We're still evacuating.
Fair.
In order to pull off this illusion, I'm gonna have to get closer. Can we bring Awakener up in orbit?
Probably. I mean, we park her in one spot. Could maybe jump from her. That way, once we're ready to go, we can just go. We don't need to.
That would help us evacuate too.
Probably, yeah. That would make sense.
Okay.
We're gonna need to keep a lock on coordinates so we can get back to you. We'd have to ask Taeyeon, make sure that would work. But
Okay.
that would put us in the decoys then, right?
Yeah.
I just hope. I mean, if that's what we gotta do.
I mean, not worried. We have the best pilot, so.
Not if I can't jump to FTL. Get us out. I can't. Even if I don't know if I can even outrun us 6 capital ships worth of fighters.
Maybe not outrun them, but outtrick them.
Guess we'll find out, huh?
I've seen you fly. I'm not worried.
Um,
Peach, you can feel a little bit of worry from her, but
She's just like, I'll let it slide. Yeah.
At this point,
only a little bit.
as you're standing, I assume like kind of standing sort of like near Awakener.
Yeah.
You hear footsteps coming down Awakener's boarding ramp, and Alma comes down, kind of like has her hand on the underside of Awakener. She like looks at you standing on the ramp, and she just says, "Hey, would you mind coming and taking a look at this? I'm not really sure what it is actually."
already moving.
Yeah. Yeah. As Peach, are you going too?
Yeah.
Or, okay. So as you get into the cockpit, Alma is already like sitting and is frowning at one of the displays, and she says, "Awakener picked up this transmission from, well, probably not the capital ships, but from that direction, and I don't recognize this. frequency. I was wondering if maybe you might have better luck with it. I don't.
Yeah, I spin the chair around and I'll sit down and see what I can do.
Yeah, you see that it's pulled up, and there is like, it is definitely some sort of like data package transmission, but it's not like files or anything like that. There's like, as far as you can tell, the only thing that has been transmitted is just like small like bursts of static, basically.
Can I pull it entirely off of Awakener and onto like my personal terminal, so it's
easily,
not connected to any other anything else?
Yeah, I'll say this much: it's not code. That much you can tell. It's not like you haven't received any code or anything like that. What you like there, so it's not like a program of any kind. It looks like a faulty, like almost like it could be a faulty, message transmission, like a message transmitted through a faulty transmitter or something.
Okay.
Because really all it is just small bursts of static.
Yes. Does it sound like any sort of like known, like equivalent to this universe to like Morse code? Do I recognize any sort of like ship speak?
Go ahead and I'm gonna have you give me a roll on this one.
Okay.
This will be an intellect roll, and the difficulty on this is gonna be 4, I think.
Okay. Can I use my terminal like as an asset or anything in this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So 3, exploit advantage. Anytime I have an asset, I can immediately drop it down 1 more.
That's an awesome one.
It's my fucking favorite.
Yep.
Mechanic? That's not gonna help me here at all. This is computer based.
Yeah.
Sight?
That's what we say. No, it's would that help? I assumed it was audio.
It is audio, but like, I mean, like you see like where there would like be bursts. I'm trying to decide if this is gonna help.
If that helps with recognition. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. Not in this case.
That was like, that seems like a stretch.
Yeah.
I know. I just had to say
good. No, I know, right? We got it.
I mean, it's like it's borderline, but like I think it's on this. It kind of falls on the side of no.
Yeah. That's cool.
Like analyzing waveforms, like visually, but like it's a bit of a stretch.
Here's a weird one.
Okay.
Okay, so True Senses helps with like recognizing stuff, but it's like seeing in the dark, whatever. But you recognize holograms, optical illusions, sound mimicry. So if this is like trying to mimic itself as something, like if it's like disguised as broken code, but it actually is something else, like this is a stretch. I'm aware, but I'm pitching it anyways.
No, I like that. Sure.
Okay. I don't know what that would give me because it's just a thing. It's an enabler, so it doesn't have like. Okay. It's not used like that.
I'll say that it'll just give you that second asset.
The second asset, okay. And then I can spend for the last one. My edge eats the last one. So
so that's just down to 0.
Down to 0. Okay. I'm gonna roll anyways, just in case. That's a 2, so whatever.
So
I'm good at things. My dice just aren't helping.
Sort of looking at this, sort of kind of taking a look at it, and like there's something familiar about it. And as you're looking at it, and you're like analyzing kind of like the waveform patterns, like the visually analyzing the waveform patterns, kind of looking at it and cross-referencing what you're seeing, like the patterns that you're seeing of like the static bursts with like stuff that you're pulling up, known communication methods on your terminal. After a moment, you manage to pull a match. This is actually some sort of a code used more often than not by smugglers and that sort.
Okay.
So like as you pull it up, you start kind of like decoding what you're seeing, because there definitely is a pattern in the waveforms of like the static bursts. And as you pull it up, you start translating.
Someone was clearly trying to send a hidden message.
You start translating it, and after a moment, you finish translating it. It's a single word, just one word.
Okay.
Hooligan.
Okay. I think we have help inbound.
Why do you say that? What did you find?
It says hooligan.
So you think the fleet is on its way?
I think so.
Alma looks down, just shakes her head, and just smiles. Says, "Those." Next time I see that major, I'm going to kiss him.
Bina has feelings about that she can't quite identify,
Yeah.
I don't think, but she laughs at it anyways. Okay, so I have this. If I don't know if this is something that I can do, but if there's any way we can, I don't even know if we could send something back along the same basically trail that it came
There's
in
no
through.
way. There's
no
really
way?
no way to know. Like the
Okay.
only reason this was even able to get to you is because like you're a fixed point, you're a fixed position.
Yes,
and
that's fair. Okay.
Like they knew where to send it.
They had like what? They had 14 ships or something like that. Last we heard from them.
Yeah, I mean fighters, all of them, but yes.
Okay, I'm so
somewhere in
worried.
that-
I'm
It's
so
actually
worried
I think
about
it might be less than that, but
Yeah, they lost
great.
one. It's 13 now.
Actually, it's only 10.
Yeah. Okay.
It's only
pretty low.
it's 10. And of course the derelict, but yeah.
Oh God. Okay, that just scares me more actually. Okay. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, people need to know this, and I can't talk to ops, so I might just do a couple of little bursts and get up there real quick to let everybody know. You guys good down here?
Yeah, I'll help
Yeah.
the evacuation.
Okay.
I'll keep prepping the ship.
Okay. I'll be back.
Mhm.
Ooh, and I like look out like the window of Awakener because I have to be able to see, and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start jumping because I can do 500 feet at a time, but I have to see where I'm going.
Right, yeah. So it's just like Bina just sort of like just like light sort of appearing and then disappearing, appearing and then disappearing, appearing and then
Mhm.
disappearing. Just
This is the first time Pete saw it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Peach is like, I don't know what you really quite mean, and then you just
Light particles gone.
She kind of startles, and I just turn to Alma. Did you know that she could do that?
I found out earlier today. She just says, "It's She just goes right. She just doesn't finish the sentence. She just goes
What,
right.
pretty cool, right? Pretty impressive.
She just goes right back to what she's doing. Sort of like running the pre-flight
I
checks.
hate it here.
Okay. Peach lets it go.
You're pretty cool, right? What do you think about her? Just asking, you know.
I know. Before we all die,
Yeah,
how you feeling about Vina?
All right, so Bina, you just
Yeah.
sort of like burst all of a sudden into the middle of ops.
So fucking cool.
Yeah, like
Kind of lightheaded.
yeah. Wire just sort of like turns to you and says, "Okay,
It's
we're
new.
gonna okay.
Data
What?
packet, Morse code, hooligan. I think we have help incoming. Fighters, the scrapyard squadron. Is that helpful? We got
Shakes her head and says, "Well, it can't hurt at this point. And if they're," she says, "Let me. Hold on a second." She says, "You said that we just got this transmission just a bit ago."
Yeah, I mean, I have it on my terminal, so I can literally pull it up and show her what I
Yeah,
what I found.
she kind of shakes her head and says, I'm more interested in the timestamp," and she just sort of like goes back through and you see she pulls up like the transmission logs for like incoming and outgoing from the base, and she looks and she says, "Okay, found it. It looks like it's coming from the same direction as it's coming from the same, at least relatively close to where the ships are in FTL. Did those crazy assholes follow them?" Jeez. Okay. Well, it's better than nothing.
Well, we've got some backup. They're
All
just gonna have to assume we got their message. So I don't know how that factors into what we're gonna do, but Venus at this point I think like fully recorporealized.
Yeah.
She's like I'm like ghostly, I think, for like a round after I
Yeah.
That is so funny. I didn't know that.
she's not fully corporeal for a little while.
Yeah. Wire finishes looking and says, "Okay. All right. I'll work on something to send back to them so that we can coordinate as soon as they get into the system. Right now, there's not much I can do. I can't pinpoint their location. I can't send them anything back. But I think
Okay, well, that's something.
we can work with this."
Another something else on our side at the very least.
Yeah.
What's our ETA here?
Evacuation is going according to schedule. We've got about 15 minutes till those capital ships drop back in.
Okay. We're considering putting Awakener in orbit.
Okay.
What are our
makes
thoughts on
sense.
that?
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
Okay.
I'm having my ship prepped, the one that we used to get here.
Mhm.
There's probably room for Awakener in the cargo hold.
Okay.
Once we get everything going, I'm intending to be one of the last ships out of here, assuming we break through. Once we get everything
Us
going,
too.
we'll meet back up. You bring Awakener on board, and we'll go from there.
Cool. Okay.
She looks over at you and just says, "Good luck out there."
You too. And then she's gonna. I got people to tell, and she's gonna immediately burst into light. And I'm gonna go try to find Tana Mason. And
Yeah, like
the rest of
basically
our
the way
crew
that
to keep us
the way that
posted.
the way that I think this goes is like Bina just sort of like discorporates and just sort of like
Yeah.
turns into light, and like as you're doing this, the door opens and Zaya walks in and you just past her. And
Is it
she's-
like, do you go really fast? Like, how does it? Do you go really fast, or do you like appear and reappear, or is it like a ball of
It's-
light
it's-
just moving really quickly? Like, give me a visual.
According to the like ability, it is specifically you disappear and reappear.
it's
so
it's
I'm
like
assu-
better far step basically.
Yeah, your body dissolves into
Okay.
a cloud of photons instantly to travel to a location you choose and then reform.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you can just like, it's not like a ball of light. It's like you just disappear into light and then reappear.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
literally like from Zaya's perspective, because all you can see from where you are is the corridor. So from Zaya's
Yeah.
perspective, that light just sort of goes from one spot and is like suddenly out in the corridor. And she's just like, "Do we need to be worried about this?" And Wire just like doesn't answer, just goes back to.
We're very helpful here. But yeah, I gotta go find my crew and fill everybody in and
Okay.
let them know when we're leaving and what we're doing. And if
Alright.
anyone wants to evacuate separately, they can do that. Like,
Okay.
give them the option. I don't think anyone will, but like, I want to throw it out there.
Yeah. So
But he wants to stay. They're welcome.
Actually, I have to go to Krenai. I left some things there. See ya.
I more meant the NPCs, but like, if you guys want,
No,
that would be an interesting way for the session to go if we split up like that.
yeah.
We
so,
all just die.
So like Abriel is like in the process right now of like loading up whatever
Mm-hmm.
last minute med stuff she's able to bring onto Awakener. And like Ari loads up with her. Like Ari is like boarding Awakener. Jade and Sedona as well. As you finally kind of get everybody sort of informed and everything. By the time you've managed to do that, there is a base-wide announcement that goes over the PA, and you just hear Wire's voice. "Attention, everyone. The capital ships have just dropped out of FTL into the system. ETA 2 hours. Let's pick up the pace." And I think that's where we're going to go to our break.
Of course it is. Of course.
Perfect timing too. Wow.
All right, everyone. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
Ugh.
Welcome back, everybody.
Sorry, we were plotting.
All right. When we left off, some capital ships had just jumped into the system to assault the resistance
Fuck
base.
some shit up.
And a plan was being put in place. So right now, where we are at, the crew of Awakener, where are all of you?
Okay, are we getting Awakener in Atmo first? Is that the plan?
I think that should be the plan. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're
So
And
we're-
we're all meeting up there, right? All of us.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all
Yeah,
meeting
yeah.
at
Yeah.
Awakener.
Okay, so everybody is on Awakener.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll say
Peach
that.
has her hair tied back.
Yeah.
So does Taeyeon.
Yeah.
Got my jumpsuit zipped all the way up. I got my tool belt.
So where we pick up right now is like the view from inside the cockpit of Awakener as the sky on this planet gives way, as you can see like the stars becoming clearer and clearer through the atmosphere until suddenly the atmosphere breaks away, and you are in space, looking ahead of you, towards where distantly you can just make out the lights of sublight engines against the backdrop of stars.
2 hours.
Okay, plan. I'm gonna jump into the gravity well ship.
Hang
Do all
on.
that.
Do you think you could get me into the bridge of one of the ships?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We have them on sensors, so I know the coordinates of their position.
Okay. I need to get into that bridge. I think I can turn them against at least turn one ship against another.
Okay, I can make that happen. So they're gonna be joining us. It's all of us then. Anyone else gonna be joining us as we jump from ship to ship?
Jade just sort of like looks at all of you and says, I could be a lot of help out there.
How good of a handle do you have on your stuff?
I can figure it out.
Trial
That
by
doesn't-
fire.
That doesn't sound like a firm yes.
I mean, how else did we learn?
How we learned it.
I really think we could use all the help we can get. Tan, do you have? Will that hurt too much, or?
That doesn't matter, but I am able to bring everyone with
Abriel
us.
just
yes.
says, absolutely not, under no circumstances.
I didn't know she was here.
What? Oh, Abriel is here.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Abriel said no. I am not going against her word.
I mean, we're gonna need some heavy hitters on the ship too. We don't know what's coming this way. If we fuck up,
Jade, we might need you here in case. I don't know. I mean, if you want to come with us, it's not our place to stop you, but your doctor did say no.
He says, right, because having me stay behind worked really well for all of us last time.
Okay, he makes a good point.
Abriel looks at Jade and just says, he's not ready. He just got released today. He's not going.
He said he had a clean bill of health.
Yeah, for recovery, not for running around on enemy capital ships being shot at by who knows what.
I'll keep him safe.
We will
You
all
absolutely
keep-
will, because he's staying here.
We don't
Gabriel,
have
it's-
much time.
It's not your choice to make.
She looks over at Jade, who looks at her. She just says, not even sure why we have a doctor on this ship. And she just gets up and leaves. She leaves the room entirely.
Okay. Everybody ready?
Place a hand on me.
Alma looks at all of you and says, I'll take good care of her.
see you soon.
And I'm going to... First, what I'm going to do, I would like to do something first. So very quickly, Tone is going to tap Peach, I think, because of where we're going first. They're gonna need it. I'm gonna tap Peach and use rapid processing.
Okay.
And
was also
that
good.
basically means you can take an action. The only thing that really matters is you can take an extra action, but you also have like you have all speed tasks, including defense, is eased. But I think the most important thing here is that you can take an extra action in your turn.
Awesome. That's great.
That lasts a minute.
And I
Oh.
put literally at the same time you're doing that. Do you have like? Is there like a visual? Do you have your little like Aurora Borealis kind of thing, or?
Yeah, I think you just see a hand like touches Peach's shoulder, and it spreads from his hand and then coats Peach, and then kind of sinks into her skin.
Literally
Tickles a little bit.
Same time being on the other shoulder, little bit of a glow hand, and it's kind of like twinkles around your eyes for a second. I'm gonna give you stimulate. Your next task will be eased by 3.
Oh my god.
We're just stacking on the bar.
We've learned.
Yeah, we
it's
learned.
great. We buff our friends. Things are fun.
Awesome.
And then I will jump everyone. Oh boy, so what's this gonna look like? I got more than enough.
Oh my god, dude. I
It's
swear to
3,
God.
then 2, then 2, right? For effort, it's the first.
3, 5,
the first
3,
spin
5,
is 3 and
7.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that then.
Okay.
And I jump us to not the gravity well ship,
Another one.
capital, just one of the capital ships.
All right. So using the sensors to kind of aim essentially.
We have that like tied to like a terminal, like all that data or something, so we can take it with us. Is that possible? Okay.
Yeah. So all of you just sort of you watch this once again as that sort of like space just sort of folds around you and then unfold, like to the point where like you can't really even perceive anything around you, unlike when Taeon has like teleported you before. This time space folds around you into such a degree that you can't even really perceive anything outside of your immediate space, like just each other. And then it sort of, as it unfolds, you find yourselves in the middle of an unfamiliar bridge with a whole bunch of people, probably about 20 or so people, who are just sort of like going around. You can hear like commands being sort of issued around you, and then Bina, you immediately you suddenly feel like startled, like there's like, you know, as people sort of begin to like look around, and you can hear somebody finally go, "Hey, how did you?" And yeah.
Everyone, stay completely still.
Okay. Are you
Use crowd control.
and you
Her voice just booms out, and you've never heard it sound quite like this. Like Peach sounds pretty officious at times, but like this just kind of like just cuts through the room.
Oh, authority.
Okay. So yeah.
So are they? If they're, I can spend some effort to affect. I have to spend 4 levels of effort, I believe, to let's see. Group of 15, you must apply 2 levels of effort. So I guess to do more than 15, I'd probably have to spend 3 levels.
Yeah. If you want to get them all, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna spend 3 levels to do that.
Okay. And I am going to say there's not going to be a roll here, because this is just like it. Like, yeah, they did not expect this. These are all like level 5, like 5 or lower, whatever it is, right? 5, 2 or lower, 5 or what does it say?
So it's the targets must be level 2 or
2 or
lower. If they're higher, then I can spend some additional effort.
Gotcha. You spent levels of effort to.
Yeah, so I would have a couple more to spend if I had to.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to tell you. So you're looking around, and there are a bunch of like individuals who are in uniforms, basically, who are like just sort of around operating the bridge, and those people are you immediately become aware that you that they are sort of have fallen under the sway of your command. There are, however, 4 other individuals in this room who look like they're wearing some sort of like power armor of some kind. And those people, I will tell you right now, you're not going to be able to, you don't have enough effort left to affect them. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
But you know that they're not affected by it.
Okay, noticing that they're not affected, I'm going to turn to the biggest, most heavily outfitted people in the room who are under my control and say, disable your friends there.
All right. So.
Oh my god.
We should have them do that, and then we can deal with them. We need to start shooting the other ships because we only have a minute. Let us deal with the armored guys.
Oh, okay. Wait, but I thought this was the gravity ship, right?
No.
No.
Oh,
No, I
shit.
think it's
Okay,
the
I thought that's where we were going
gravity
first.
ship.
Okay,
No.
sorry, I got confused.
No, you're good.
Okay, then retcon that last command. The actual command is going to be everyone at the weapons, shoot the closest ship. Fire.
All right. Yeah, one of them just sort of turns. You can see as he's sort of like you can tell that he's like trying to fight it, but then he just turns and just says, "Fire all weapons. Target vessel 17 Alpha." And they just they begin firing the banks of weapons.
While this is happening, how many exits are to this room? Like, how many doorways do I see?
Right now, I'm actually going to. We're already dropping into combat like right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because like this happens, and like immediately afterwards, as Peach is issuing commands, these power armored figures are already closing in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's I just wanted to know what the room looked like.
Yeah, I mean it is a large, sort of almost kind of trapezoidal shaped sort of large room, kind of like a long trapezoid basically. Towards the back, where it's sort of like the wider end of the base of the trapezoid, basically there is a wall that has one sort of largish door in it, and that is currently closed.
Awesome. Cool. Now we can go.
Okay.
I just wanted to know what our room looked like, what our space looked like.
All right. So this is one of those moments where I am going to have you roll initiative because I'm not. We'll see. So I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative, and this is an initiative task, the difficulty of which is going to be 6.
I can never drop these.
It can.
Yeah.
Finally.
I can as well.
I'm specialized in initiative.
Nah, I rolled a 7, man.
So 6 goes down to 4.
It's okay, I already took my action.
You're doing great.
No floor dice. No floor dice.
I use crowd control so
Speed.
often now that I have it.
Ooh, I got a 16.
Ooh.
Okay, cool. I take it down to a 10. I'm not 10, sorry, 12.
Okay. Wait. So Freeman, how do you drop it though? Like you dropped it using. You have your power shift?
Dexterity power shifts,
Mhm.
2 dexterity power shifts, and initiative trained in initiative.
Okay, great. Yeah, okay, you made it. So
Are we just
Speedy.
this is just our normal combat, right?
yeah. Pretty much.
I would have 14, so I made it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Oh, cool, awesome. Good. We need you guys to actually be able to protect us, please.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Ladies first doesn't apply here.
So then, in that case, Freeman Drac, whoever wants to go first, can.
Oh my God, Freeman and Drac are here.
I think.
Shit, who knew?
Like, what am I doing here? What?
Drac, you're gonna die.
Oh no!
Crap! I'm
There
doing
is
that.
there
Wow,
is
you're so
suddenly
much taller than I thought you'd
there's
be.
suddenly a tall black British teen who is in the room, as well as
What am I doing here?
not teen.
You're
Sorry,
you're a teen in
young
our
adult
eyes.
is the
I
word
hope
I was
you
trying
knew
to
that.
say.
Wow,
That's what I was
I'm
trying
a
to say.
baby. It's fine. I get it.
We're doing great. We're okay. Here we go.
Drac is
I'll let
just-
Mason since Mason didn't rolling higher as well.
Mason just like, who shot first? Fucking Mason. Mason's just gonna like, just shoot for the armored,
All right.
first armored person.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me an attack roll, the difficulty of which is going to be 6.
All right, so practiced in medium weapons and light weapons. This is a medium weapon, and I'm going to spend a couple of levels of effort.
Okay. So 2 levels?
2.
Okay.
2 levels
That
exact.
brings us down to, so it's difficulty 3 right now.
Okay,
Sorry.
I'll roll on that.
Yeah, 3. Difficulty-
Yeah, that's 3. I will roll on that.
All right, 9 or better.
I got a 19.
Oh, minor effect. So, do you want a minor effect or do you want damage on this one? I believe it's 3 points additional damage.
God, sorry, that was a range of expressions.
No, that was
My
good.
brain- Yeah, I think I'll go for. Is it a minor effect would be like stunning them, right?
No, it would be something like it would just like be something like increasing like the
Right.
some like you could, it would be like, I don't know, it wouldn't be like
I
a
mean,
stun, like they wouldn't lose an action
yeah.
from a minor effect.
Yeah, I'll go for extra damage.
Okay.
They look like they're heavily armored, so hopefully it'll
Yes.
just do more
That-
damage to them. Yeah,
That they are.
Yeah,
So
more damage.
you said this is a medium weapon, correct?
It's a medium
Okay,
weapon,
cool.
yeah. So.
All right, yeah. So you fire at the nearest one, who is kind of like closing in quickly on you, actually. And as you fire, you can see as your the effect of your blast hits the armor, but then almost like your weapon. It's a projectile weapon, right? It's not an energy weapon.
Correct.
Okay, so
This is
yeah, you
projectile.
watch as it hits, and it definitely dents the armor, but like it, yeah. So like it has caused damage, but you, I will tell you right now, You're opting for extra damage was a good call. Okay, so, yeah, it does about as much damage as you would have expected it to do, like on a normal attack. So, yeah, you fire at that one. Anything else? Are you moving anywhere? So, like, because basically where you're at right now is you're sort of like in the middle of the bridge, where there are like banks of terminals to either side where people are sitting at various stations. There's sort of a central, not corridor, but like a central walkway that leads that sort of divides the middle, and then there's kind of like walkways in between stations, in between sort of banks of stations, and then along the sides as well. So like right now, you all your group just sort of appeared kind of in the middle of that central walkway. And they're closing in on you sort of from the sides, kind of like from the back corners and from the front corners, basically, is where they're closing in on you from.
I'll stay put for now.
Okay, sounds good. Taeyeon, what's Taeyeon doing?
It's very loud here. You probably hear the kettle. But I think what Taeyeon is probably going to do is... do they have weapons on them, the people with the power armor?
They don't appear to be holding weapons.
Okay. In that case, I'm just going to do the classic. Gonna pull out 2-1. It's gonna make a movement towards one of the power suits, and I want to use summon 2-1. And as I reach in to pull out 2-1, I'm just gonna like almost throw him at the power armor guy, and I want to grab onto him and teleport him into space.
Okay.
Old reliable.
So
that's how I deal with people with armor. I let the forces of nature deal with them.
So here's the thing, and this is not a GM intrusion. This is just an effect of the area. Here's what actually happens. So Tuan grabs onto him and attempts to teleport, and nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Oh my god.
Interesting. Okay.
You feel like the way that what does happen is you feel like you attempt to teleport, and you very suddenly feel like this extreme sort of like fuzziness as you try, like where normally you have like you get that sort of sense of focus as to like where you're going. Nothing. It's just fuzzy. Like you can't focus your ability outside of this room. Like you start trying to like reach out and you can't.
Okay. So would that be my turn then? At least for 2-1.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we both still have rapid attack, so I'm going to. Once I see this happen, he's gonna pull out his. They're both gonna pull out their guns. I'm gonna start with 2-1, and he's gonna shoot at this power armor.
Okay, sounds good. Different one than Mason, right?
Yeah, different one.
Okay.
I think he sees Mason going for one, he's gonna go for the other. Probably
Sorry,
like
how
opposite
many
sides of
power
the
armor
group.
people are there?
There's 4.
4.
Is Jade in this initiative order?
Jade is technically yes, but he'd be at the bottom.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna shoot.
I just remembered he was here. I'm not afraid.
So what level?
This is difficulty 6.
6. Okay. So I am trained in medium weapons. 2 power shifts and accuracy. I'm gonna save the power shift in medium blaster for damage. But that's down to 3. Oh, point blank. I moved into point blank range. I think.
So I don't know if you can get to them. If like, so here's the thing. I don't know if you would have been able to like get to them because they're not. They are within a short range of you.
Okay, cool.
But they're not within immediate range yet. So because they're currently coming at you from like the edges of the bridge.
So the first teleport didn't work?
Probably not. Not if you had to touch them. So.
Yeah. I was trying to teleport
No, I mean because you
out.
teleported 2-1 to them. Is that right?
No.
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying. Okay.
No. That was more flavor of me like throwing 2 at them. Got it.
Sweet.
Okay, so I don't get a point blank, so it's down to 3. But I think I have targeting eye. Do I have targeting eye, or is that a different game?
I think that was Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I think it was a different one.
I thought you had something, but I
Oh,
don't.
no, I do have targeting eye.
Yeah. That's what I
targeting
thought.
eye.
Yeah.
Yes, I
wasn't
have
sure.
4, so 6 or better. And I'm gonna use my power shift to increase the damage.
Okay. Sounds good.
Of the weapon. 12.
12. Yeah. All right. Cool. So, your blaster is a what kind of weapon?
Medium.
Medium. Okay. So you're increasing it up. Okay. Cool. Yeah. It does probably about the same amount of like impact. It has the same amount of impact as Mason's shot did as well. You see as it just sort of, but this time yours is an energy weapon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you watch as it hits, and it sort of like almost like the energy almost like disperses across the surface of the power armor. You can, so like it hits, and you can see where it scorches the armor, but it also like some of that excess energy gets sort of like siphoned off, like dissipated over the surface.
Okay. And since that was 2 on, I'm using the red line maneuver. So now Taeyeon is gonna fire, but
Okay.
I think my crit fail range is 1 to 6. I think what we agreed was it 1 to 6 or?
Is it? I thought it just goes up to 1 to 3 first.
I wrote down 1 to 6. Okay.
Isn't that if you use it again?
I
It
thought
goes up
so.
another
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
I
I'll put
thought
1 to 3
so, but I don't know. I think for now just we're calling it 1 to 3.
When
1
I
to 3.
pilot,
Okay.
when I do pilot redlining, it goes 1 to 3.
Yeah,
So
1 to 3.
on the
Okay.
first time.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna fire. Same things to take it
Okay.
down. So it's a 2, so 6 or better.
Mhm.
Nat 20.
Oh. Shit.
Okay.
I'm definitely putting my power
Major
shift into this one as well for
For
damage.
And then do you want extra
yeah.
damage, or do you want a major
Absolutely.
effect? Okay, cool.
Extra
So
damage.
that I believe is a total of 11 points of damage.
I think
Because
so.
it's 4 and 4 with the major effect, or and then an additional 3 from the power shift, so it's 11. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. Damn.
I think like when 2 fires, he scorches the area. Taeyeon like fires exactly at the same exact point, and he just like basically firing to just create a weak spot if you can't find one.
All right. Yeah. No. You kind of like looking and sort of searching this thing. You are starting to pick up on like where, like as you look, you kind of see where like sort of those energy dispersers, like disperser banks are on the suit, and you just sort of like you see one spot, and so you sort of like fire as like one of their arms comes up. You can see where like the connection underneath, like where they're like in the underarm, like you fire there, and you get like a nice burst. Of satisfying hit as you see that figure sort of stumbles back for a second. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's end of my turn.
All right. Which brings us to them now. Each one of them is going to target a different one of you. Interesting. So actually, the one that's facing off against Taeyeon actually does not attack. You see as he reaches onto like a gauntlet of his armor, and like activates something, and you watch as like there's sort of like a sheen that sort of like goes over the outside of the armor, and yeah, you can see that's sort of, and then it kind of dies away.
Okay.
The rest of them, however, are going to make attacks. One of them, the one attacking Mason, I need you to make a. You see as you like they basically like bring up their like the gauntlets on their arms, and you can see that there is a number of like attachments on the armor that look like weapon banks of some sort.
Oh, but Fett.
So
Okay.
let's see. Mason, I'm gonna need you to make a speed defense, the difficulty of which is 7.
Okay.
Right. Actually, all of you should except for Taeyeon will do that. Speed defense difficulty 7.
Okay. Let's see. Trained in speed defense.
Same. Trained in speed defense. Oh, am I being attacked first? So
You're all kind of being attacked simultaneously. So.
I'm being the one in the. Okay.
rapid processing helps me lower this one too, right? Speed defense.
Yes, for speed
Okay.
defense.
And theoretically, you were also stimulated. So
So I could lower it down to 2.
Is this considered an action?
I mean, it's a task, right? It's the next task.
It's the next action. Reduce the difficulty of the next action by 3 steps. So is this an action?
I'll count it.
Okay, so use it now.
I
if you
don't
want.
see that like this being too different from like
Yeah,
it's a
that's why I
roll being
wasn't
made. So like
Yeah, so
it's-
you
Yeah.
can drop it by 3.
Okay, cool. So 2.
you're down to a
That's
difficulty
better.
2.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
Wait, yeah, because it was 7, right? You said?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so Freeman, what do you got?
Okay, so dexterity power shift 2. Can I use jumping as a skill to jump out of the way, maybe?
Sure.
It's
That actually is relevant in this case. So yes.
awesome. And also, assessing danger. Can I assess a situation and maybe jump into a location that's more better for Mason?
Yeah.
This-
Sure.
I'm
It's a
spending
skill.
some. I'm spending some effort, so I don't have to roll.
Okay, sounds good.
But I'm gonna roll anyway.
I'm down to 3, and
Nothing
I think
interesting.
I'll use a level of effort as well.
Sounds good.
And I'm down to 2. I'm gonna stick there and roll.
Okay.
And I rolled a 19.
Nice.
Nice minor effect. So and then Caitlin, how's Bean doing?
Okay. Tasks involving sight?
I like it. I don't know that it's going to help you get out of the way.
I'm just
yeah.
I don't have anything, so I'm just
Yeah.
asking.
I don't think so.
Sensing emotions. Intent. Can I tell who's shooting at me? Like, I don't know. Like, that's. I'm grasping at straws because I'm not going to be able to make this check.
I will say
Otherwise.
that you can have an asset for that, but it's not going to function as like you're specialized in that, or trained, or basically what I'm saying is
Specialized, yeah.
So
Give me
I'm
one,
only going to
yeah.
give you one for that one.
Okay. That's giving me an asset?
Mhm.
Exploit advantage. Whenever
Yeah.
you have an asset, you can automatically
Yeah.
drop it. This is my new favorite ability.
Yeah, you have a difficulty. You have a difficulty 5 now. I think is where you're
Okay,
at.
yeah,
so.
that's 5. I'm gonna spend 1, I guess. I want to save my speed. I'm gonna spend 1 level, bring it down to a 4, and then
Okay.
pray.
All right, you need a 12 or better.
Yeah. It's not what I'm good at. It's a 10.
Okay. All right. So, I believe the other two you succeeded, right?
Huh?
Okay.
Yes.
So you watch as you see their weapons come up, and they fire these like high impact shells basically. And Mason and Peach, you're able to just sort of like dive to either side, but Bina, you're not quite fast enough. You're
Wait. I have a minor effect.
I don't know that that's gonna help.
Oh, okay.
Bina, that's not a minor effect. Like at least
I
not
can't
directly. Like you cannot move Bina with a minor effect. That's not a
I
thing.
can't move in front of the shot.
What about if you spend an XP
you
for
could-
a player intrusion?
No. Like on a minor effect, you could move in front of the shot. On a minor effect, yeah, I'd let you take that.
All right,
Okay.
going.
All right. So Mason, you see this coming, and instead, like you see that Bina hasn't reacted as quickly as you, and you just instead of diving out of the way to safety, you dive into the path of the one coming at Bina, and
He could probably take it.
uh.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so you take you take 6 points of damage as it just sort of like as that shell hits collides with you, and just like it's literally like as you're jumping it hits you and it arrests your movement in midair and just sends you back. Like
Okay.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So but the rest of you, Taeyeon was not fired at, and the rest of you managed to get out of the way. That is their turn, as they spend the rest of what they've got, they move like all up basically into immediate space, basically. As like, so this is happening as they're marching forward. They fire these high impact shots and continue moving. So they are now in immediate range. Which brings us to Peach and Bina. What?
Okay. So I have a question. So I've been reading this ability carefully, and it says that crowd control works like I do it and then it works for a minute. Like I don't have to do anything to keep it up. So once I do it, it's done. So theoretically, I could do it again on these other people that are still shooting.
Possibly.
We just saw that the powered, like, tan power didn't work with them, though. I'm wondering if their suits have some sort of, like, anti-power thing.
I mean, they might have an anti, like, teleporting thing. Like, I don't know if that would affect their mind.
But you already didn't get them. So I'm wondering if they have some sort of power protection thing.
That's true.
Or if they're just higher level. I don't actually know, but that was my assumption.
Well, Lucas said that I didn't have enough effort to do it. So that makes me think it's just an effort thing. Which means I could do it again.
Like a level thing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
If you want to try.
I think Peach kind of brushes herself off, kind of looks over at them, and just says, you guys, put your weapons down. Put them down. Put them down.
Hold on. I'm just real quick. I am also going to read it because I want to make sure.
Consult the text.
Okay. Yeah. So,
it's, and I can spend, because there's less than 5 of them, right?
yeah, there's 4.
So then I can just spend a level of effort if they're a level 4 target or whatever, I can spend that level to affect them.
Okay. So
if needed.
They have to, so hold on. I'm trying to do the math to figure out, like, so how many levels of effort are you spending?
Well, as many as I need. They're level 4, so, or if they're level, I don't know their level, so just as much as I can. So I'll probably spend like 3 levels of effort, because if they're higher than level like,
so okay,
if they're higher than level 8, then I'm like, that would be insane.
If I am reading this correctly, then each level above 2 requires another level of effort. Is that right?
So it says, to control a group that has a level 4 target, you must apply 2 levels of effort.
So a level of effort per level above 2.
Yeah, is what it seems like.
Okay. So
if they're like,
yeah. So I think yeah, I think you can. I'm sorry. I'm trying to like math this out. Just like, I think you can do that.
Yeah, is it 2 4 levels? That's what I'm a little
Sorry. What? Sorry. Say again.
Would it be 4 levels of effort, or would it be 2 levels of effort? I don't know their levels, so.
It would have to be 4 levels.
Okay. That's okay. I'll do that.
oh my god.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. All right, but I am going to make you roll on this one.
Okay.
And the difficulty on this is going to be 7.
Okay.
I can't go in the middle of her turn, can I? I was saying I can't go in the middle of her turn, can I? No.
Okay. Sorry, I was just marking the level. So I didn't.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Level 7. Okay. Would you say that this is persuasion?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't think I can do this. Then I don't think I can do this roll, because there's no way I can lower this. So
this is less of a person. You know what? I think it is actually. Because like, yeah. that'll work.
Okay.
Intellect-based stuff.
I mean, I wouldn't say this is a pleasant social interaction.
This definitely falls into the otherwise category.
The otherwise, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, would my like mind reading ability helping to know their mental state, like
Your
to be
what?
able to
Which
would
ability?
my mind reading ability like
No.
ability to like know their mental state or anything? Then I mean, I think I genuinely just might need to roll an 18 or better because I don't have anything that lowers this. So.
Okay. So you. Okay.
Wait. So this is intelligence power shift. That would help with this,
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say, I thought you had
because that's intellect
this is an
based
int roll.
Does it help with it? Is this a thing that like?
It's an it's an intellect roll.
Yeah,
but
but
I guess
it's
I don't know if there's a
specific.
different.
It's specific on what it. Affects.
Yeah, with power
Is it
shift.
first for
basically.
powers though?
Huh?
No, it's intellect. Is this power shift, right?
Yeah.
Power shift is only for intellect defense rolls and for
Damn,
knowledge
okay.
and science and craft.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's knowledge
Okay,
and for
okay.
defense. Like that's not a
Yeah.
It doesn't just give you across the board like.
I know. I was just
Yeah.
hoping it would. Okay.
You don't have any more to spend for?
I mean, I could
That'd be
spend
so.
a little bit more,
Don't put it low. Don't
but I
put it
couldn't
that
really
low.
do much after that.
Yeah, don't put it
Yeah.
that low.
I mean, I have some XP I could spend. I have 2 XP I could spend to reroll this die if I need to. So, okay, I'm gonna spend 1 more level of effort.
Okay, so it brings it down to a difficulty 5. Is
5?
that what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
went
it's
down
Down
to
to
2.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need a 15 or better.
Okay. It doesn't help me that these guys might be scared because literally everyone they know near them is shooting the fuck out of their allied ship.
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So I need what do I need? I need a 16 or better?
15.
15 or better? 15 or better? Come on, Monte Cook. This is your die. I'm gonna spend an XP to reroll that. I rolled a 9. Did I use a different die, you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna
Always.
do it. Okay. I'm gonna roll it on the table.
I love the ritual that goes behind this.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
This is if we were at a table with each other, this would be the
Oh my
moment
god! Oh my god!
I'm standing
guys,
up
it's a
and like
17. I rolled a 17 or better. Or, what was it? I needed a 15.
Yeah, you need a 15.
Yeah, 15. Holy shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Almost fell off the desk.
All right. So sorry. Remind me what it is you told them to do.
I told them to drop their weapons.
They don't have weapons to drop.
Then I would have known that then.
Yes.
I would have said, stand against the wall over there. Stay still.
They're all basically they've been like walking towards you, sort of like raising weapons. Like without breaking stride, they just turn around and start like walking in like, yeah.
He's just like sweating.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't even break stride. They just turned around and started like going back to where they were going.
Can you get one of them to explain? Actually, no. Can I?
Be my next move.
Is there a way for me to like?
I have 2
not use
actions,
my
right?
power?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do have to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You do have another action. Go on.
So I'm gonna go over to one of the. Is there anyone in here that looks like particularly like in charge, like rank wise?
Yeah, there does appear to be like a bridge officer. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the bridge officer and just ask, do they have a name on their thing, like on their badge at all?
Yeah, it's a Keldro woman, and it says like the name on it is Rexa.
You there, Rexa? Tell me, how did you get these coordinates? How did you find our location?
I'm not sure. We just knew.
Rexa, tell me. I want to see if she's mind controlled right now. That's what I'm trying to see. If she was sent by like corpse or if she's like sent here by like mind controlling guys who didn't tell her why she's here. Okay. Can I ask her anything else, or is that my action?
I'd say you could probably ask one more question for this.
Okay. you're familiar with these ships. What would be the easiest way to bring them in from the inside?
She shakes her head and says, I'm not sure. You'd have to ask an engineer.
Okay, fine. I'm not specific enough questions. I understand.
No, she just doesn't have that knowledge.
Yeah, like just because you can command one of these things doesn't mean you know how they work.
Yeah.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah. She doesn't know. She tried.
All right, so we are, for the moment, technically out of initiative order.
I just want to go up to a console that's like up here, or like any sort of port on the wall, whatever. I am locking all of the doors down to here, to this bridge, shutting them, and then I'm going to go to all of them physically, and break them. Like,
okay.
I want them shut, broken. If I can weld them closed, like people will be able to get in eventually. But like,
you don't need to roll for that. Because like I know that you'll be, whatever the difficulty is, you'll be able to drop it. I know that. Yeah. But so you,
I just want to start breaking doors. Yeah, like closed.
Yeah, it's easy enough to do. Ooh, actually, there is. No, that wouldn't be relevant here. Never mind. Yeah, you easily go like through like door to like. There's only really like one kind of like main door onto the bridge, so it's very easy to just sort of go to it, lock it down. One thing I think that would occur to Bina is, if you're being thorough, that is, which I sort of assume
maintenance
you are.
Hatchway.
Yeah.
I want to. Yeah, that was my next task.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's easy enough. You're able to like.
All of it off.
Yeah. Easy enough. Like it's just a matter of like. So, if you want to do like there's really no way to like really seal the door unless like you can remove basically like power source, that kind of thing, so like the door itself won't like open in that way, but there's nothing you can do about manual releases unless you want to weld the door shut, which you don't have time for. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. The hatch is a totally different story. Like that's super easy to seal shut.
I just want to make it so that they're just like no one can get it. No, like no one without engineering skills is gonna be able to get in here like quickly. That's kind of just or out. I mean, so, even like we want this to be a little bit.
How long does crowd control last?
Minute.
Okay.
So how many shots do we get out of a minute?
Okay? So actually, I sort of forgot when I said about that. So I am gonna make you roll, Caitlin.
Oh yeah, for how fast I can go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I sort of forgot about the time limit on crowd control, but yeah.
Yeah. So
you can get a lot of shots off in a minute though, these big guns.
I also have an idea of something to do, but I can go after.
Sure. So
I have another idea too.
Yeah, well basically everything that you're gonna be doing right now, everything that all of you are gonna be doing is gonna be like happening like simultaneously.
Yeah.
So but we'll handle it in order. So so Caitlin, go ahead and give me there's probably gonna be a speed task. And the difficulty of this is going to be 4.
Cool. Mechanic, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Is this jury rigging?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's all of it.
Got it. Cool.
I'm gonna roll anyways, just in case. But
sure.
Oh my God, Jesus, on the floor. Wait, no, come back.
No, that's what happened to me too.
I got too excited.
This is what almost happened to Olivia.
Yeah,
I know.
All of your dice just want to be on the floor today.
Yeah, really badly.
So why I just have a dice tray?
I do. It jumps out of it.
Yeah.
That's an 11, by the way.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So,
no,
whatever,
you're able to do it pretty quickly. It does not take you much. It's just a simple matter of like just taking like some tools, just sort of shoving it behind the panel, pulling it off the wall, reaching in, pulling out the
some stuff.
Yeah, pulling out like a servo or something that basically would, or some kind of power source. Easy enough. Like the hatch is really easy to seal because like bridge security is important. So like the hatch has like internal like bridge.
Yeah, I made sure I went in like locked everything and then physically broke it so that no one could get in. Yeah.
So the main entrance will still be able to be like accessed through manual release, but it'll be a bitch. It'll take them a while.
Cool.
So okay.
All I wanted.
Freeman, you said Mason had something.
Nothing really fancy. I really want to see if do these armored individuals have cuffs on them? It's okay if they don't. Do they have cuffs on them?
No, I don't think they would.
Mason probably has cuffs on him, right?
Yeah.
Mason has cuffs on him.
Probably.
Mason wants to daisy chain them together.
I don't know that you have more than one set though. Is the thing.
Yeah.
Like I could
Obviously,
see,
but I doubt you'd have like more.
I could see you having one set. I don't imagine you have more than one.
Is there a security station on the bridge?
Fair enough.
Like,
Yeah, there's a security station on the bridge. Yeah.
they might have a few pairs up here.
Yeah,
just in case.
that's a good point. So I'll say like
Okay.
you can go over to like the security station, find like some like cuffs,
Oh,
and you can
you got a good point, Bina. Thank you.
They should
Thank
be
you
in
for
like
that.
the third drawer. That's kind of usually
Right.
where they keep that stuff. And she's got
Oh,
stuff
oh.
tools in her mouth and like.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mason's
Jade is like sitting there, he's like holding stuff for you and like handing you things. Just like,
Yeah, I'd like
Did Jade attack at all?
no, we didn't get that far.
You didn't
yet.
get
yeah,
to it,
he's
yeah.
he was
Yeah.
at the end
Oh,
of it.
right,
I
right.
didn't either. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Uh,
okay, who's next? Who wanted to do something?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, first things first, I think 2-1's going to go over to Bina while she's working. And just in case anything goes wrong, you just see like a gentle tap on her shoulder from his tail. And he's going to use, not rhythm tool, distortion. Basically, your speed defense rolls are eased. Just in case. But what you basically see is like as Bina's working, I don't think Bina's probably too in the zone to really notice, but
So
as Bina's
good.
working, you kind of see the after image of Bina as she's working. It's kind of like basically Bina of multiple different points in time,
Yeah.
just overlapping each other. Just to make it a little bit harder to aim at her.
Yeah.
And then Taeyeon, he's going. Is there a way for me to like use my powers but not? Like, can I do like a small jump to see if I can do it at all?
Yeah, you like mean like in the bridge?
Yeah, within
The bridge? Yeah, like within the bridge you teleport. It's not that hard.
Weird. Okay then, cool. I think that's all I can really do
Okay,
that turn.
sounds good. All right, Peach had something.
I wanted to turn to the people in the heavy power armor and say, okay, strip down.
Okay,
No armor for you.
yeah.
Strip down and go outside.
They can't
They
leave.
can't
They're
leave.
locked in.
Oh, strip down. Just the first one.
Yeah, they start sort of like, they start kind of like removing armor. At the pace that they're going, it's not gonna get done before your thing runs out. Like it's not.
No,
gonna
but
happen,
it's
Start taking
as
things
much
away
as I
from
can.
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so like basically this entire time, as soon as you issued the command, like
We won't
this
get to see
ship,
their underwear. Damn.
this ship started like firing at like another vessel. So like that has been happening this like,
Okay.
during this
Ooh.
time.
We need to get out of here though, if we can.
Can I try to hail one of the other ships from this ship?
Yes, you're gonna be running pretty short on time here in a second.
Ah.
so-
Okay.
But you can do it if you want to.
I mean, I guess I could probably do that back from Awakener too.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
it
in-
doesn't
they're in
need to be
system.
here.
They're in system now, so.
Okay, if there's not time, then
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
you could do it. It's just like if you're also trying to like find a way to get out as well, then like you're gonna be running real
we're
close
not
to your
gonna
time thing. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
Let's get it.
can I just
out.
send out a threatening message to all the other ships that says
Like a
you're
text.
next?
Just like from the console, little text message.
Yeah.
Not even spelling it, just
like
R.
from
you
the
are.
yeah,
You're ne-
like from the captain's like log, like just
That's
totally
funny.
like fuck with them.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Just for funsies. Oh god. Okay.
I just want to scare the shit out of them.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Oh
All
boy.
right. So
Hey, Taeyeon, how are we feeling about our
Where-
evacuation plan?
Yeah, where are we going next? What's our next plan?
I think we should take on the gravity ship.
Is that who this ship was shooting at?
No.
No, okay, it's the other one. Okay.
That's good.
Let me try something. And he's gonna try and, I mean, if everyone comes and like surrounds him and 2-1, because 2-1's still around. Taeyeon is gonna try and teleport everyone.
But as you're like gathering everyone before we go, can I blast the navigation console?
Hmm?
I just want to blast it with a light blast.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah. So what happens? Like you.
As she like we're like, okay, come on. She's like, okay, and she like does a little circle before she gets over there, and like all four hands on the navigation console, and is just gonna blast with the what is it? It's the burning light. So like it's like kind of all 4 hands and then turns into one really bright beam.
Yeah,
and it does 8 damage.
The smell of like burning like plastic and like a sort of acrid stench just sort of fills.
I guess not whatever the like steering, not navigation. That's not what I wanted. The what's it called? The helm. That's what I want.
Yeah,
the helm.
Like, I mean, there's not a helm.
Oh, there isn't? Okay, so I just blast something. I don't care. I just want to wreck something that is
Just a
helpful
wreck
up
shop.
here.
Yeah.
While they're locked in here they can't get their engineers and something is broken. That's all I want. And then we're going to leave.
Okay, sounds good. So, I'm trying to think of how I want to handle this. Yeah, no, I think just genuinely, Tan, you reach out and it's fuzzy. You can't do it.
Are you kidding me?
So. So yeah, it's gonna try and jump and just goes. Yeah, I thought so. Something stopping me from jumping out of here. I can jump within this space, but not out of it.
I want to get to a console, like maybe it would be a security console or something. I want to go up and see what I can find.
Okay.
Or Peach, before it runs out, tell them to turn that off.
Okay. I guess I'll just turn to everybody in the room and just say, disable the security measures that are in the ship. Is it just in this room? I'm gonna turn back to you guys.
I
Or is
don't
it
know.
the whole ship?
I don't know.
Whatever
can't
measures
leave this
there
one
are
now.
limiting powers, limiting this area, disable them immediately.
The bridge officer turns to you and says, "We can't. The moment chronokinetic energy was detected, the interior of the ship's bulkheads flooded with radiation."
Okay. Okay, guys, let me try something. And Peach reaches. Is there a door here?
Mm-hmm.
So Peach reaches a hand like for the door, and as you see it, the door here turns from like one of those sliding doors to kind of like an old style, like kind of almost like French inspired looking like glass door. And she says, "Okay, let's get out of here." And I'm gonna use what's the ability? Chamber of Dreams. And the door is gonna open, and we're gonna walk through it.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So you watch as the door like just fully changes in front of you.
Gonna need to take a recovery roll after this, you guys.
You open
So
it,
am I.
and like stepping through, like literally as at the moment where Peach, you feel your grip on everybody just sort of like go. Like first the bridge crew, and then like a second or two, like just a few seconds later, the armored individuals, and you see them sort of turn, and a couple of the armored individuals begin sort of like aiming like the gauntlets that they have still on left, aiming them at you, as you sort of step through, the like door closing behind you as it just sort of
Yeah, and
turns
so
into
what
just
it looks
smoke. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, what it looks like in here is we're in like kind of like a middle area, kind of like a lobby. It's this very nice kind of like comfortable lobby. There's like a nice dining table, some bookshelves, candlelight, just like a really, really nice kind of library, like lobby area. And you see just all these different looking doors all around. And Peach kind of studies one and kind of points to it and then says, "Okay, I can only get us back to Awakener."
That's all I need.
That would be great.
Okay, I think it's that one.
Jade
And-
is just looking around, eyes wide. Like,
And there's like food laid out on the table.
That's amazing. Wow.
whoa.
Oh wow. That's an old carpet. That's a really nice carpet.
Yeah, I didn't know if this would work, but guess it did. Let's go.
We go through.
Yeah. As you're going, Jade looks over and like grabs like a little like a savory pastry off the table and just sort of
You know, Mason grabs an apple.
yeah.
And I'm gonna say the door. I think it's cool if the doors are like actual doors of the locations we're going to.
Mhm.
So like it's gonna be like one of the Awakener doors that
Yeah.
we go through.
Yeah, you you watch, and as you're approaching, like the doors all look like they belong here. Like they all look like they're part of this place. But as you approach it, the door suddenly shifts, much like the other one did. Almost like this sort of like ripple of like smoke kind of effect, just sort of ripples down the door, and it becomes like one of Awakener's, like the door, like internal doors in Awakener, that then just opens, and you step into a very familiar ship. Stepping inside. The door behind you, like as it closes, it is, as you look back on it, it's the same kind of like French door looking thing that closes behind you, that then just vanishes again in that sort of ripple of smoke.
Dream space connects everywhere.
Wow.
Oh boy, that's interesting.
How is
Learned a
everybody
lot of
doing?
things.
You got shot. Are you okay?
Mason.
Oh, Mason just like pulls his coat off and like rips his shirt off, and then underneath is just like a tank top, and is just like looking at himself, and then just going to like start healing at a rapid rate. And I'm going to do a recovery roll.
Yeah. So
I'm also doing a
That's
recovery roll.
here's the thing, like I'm picturing a very like Wolverine-esque, like the high impact shell is like still like in like
Flattened.
flattened like
pushes
against
out.
and it sort of like pushes out.
Pushes out.
And as you like catch it, you look at it, Mason. Teon, looking at that thing, just at a glance, you know that was an armor piercing round that just like that hit Mason. That was like,
Oh crap! Okay,
that's
cool.
intended to be used against like other people wearing power armor like these individuals were, or like tactical vehicles.
Oh my
Don't-
god.
Tell April.
No, you're good. I'm gonna take a recovery roll as well.
Sits down for a second in the seat and then kind of eyes the door where they came in.
Yeah, like any particular preference as to where you are on the ship?
Yeah, where did we?
Yeah.
I figured probably the
Hopefully not-
bridge.
Okay.
Good. Hopefully not med bay.
So Alma has like wheeled around, like has like not wheeled around, but like has like turned the chair completely around and is just staring at all of you. She says, "How did you?"
I mean, we've got one teleport. Apparently, we've got another. We do need to
I would
act
say it's less
quickly.
of teleporting and more kind of walking through open spaces through dream, and it's not important.
Technically, mine is not really teleportation, just bending space and taking a step forward. But you know,
Okay,
we're not
okay,
going to
fine.
get
Yes,
semantic
okay,
with
I
it.
get it.
Mine might be teleportation.
We should move quickly.
Bunch
Yes,
of
we got
freaks we got here.
we got more stuff to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
What from our sensors here? Like, what can we see?
From here-
Anything?
yeah, you can see like the weapons fire in the distance, like in that like distant space where you can see like the ships are like firing at each other, and then it stops at this point. Like
Yes.
you see it just as you see it stop. That said, as you look at the displays, Alma is showing you, and she says, "It looks like one of the vessels is damaged, but not. I mean, it's still going, but it looks like they seriously messed it up. They weren't ready for that."
Okay. Well, we just need to take care of the gravity well ship. We need to do that quickly. It seems like they, for some reason, gonna have to unpack that later, but they seem to be prepared for chronokinetic energy,
Yeah.
which is not good. But Peach, do you think you'll be able to do that again? Once I jump everyone onto the gravity ship.
Yeah, I could do it again.
Okay, Mason, this is Freeman. Mason found a singularity bomb, and I think we're just gonna chuck that into the engine and just leave immediately. I think I have the schematics, so I can probably jump us into the engine room specifically rather than the bridge.
Do we want to make this a smaller excursion? I can get us in invisible with less people.
Yes, that'd be great.
But then, if we can't get out, that's the other thing.
I think we have to bring Peach no matter what.
Okay.
I have to be there to open the door out.
So it could be me, Peach, and you, Bina?
Yeah. Is that okay with everyone? Or like, do we want would it be better to have more people? Like, let me see how many people can I
The
make
less
people
is
say.
less people is less strain on you, right, Taeyeon?
Yeah, and I also assume it's probably the same for Bina with invisibility.
So 3 of us.
I think that's a good idea. I'm just worried that this ship might have more contingencies.
Can we bring Mason? Is there enough? You guys got enough juice?
I can bring I can bring Mason. I think it's just more if you can keep us invisible.
How much? I don't remember what we've done for me bringing more people with in my invisibility. How much I spend?
Yeah, well, I think it makes more
Levels
sense.
of effort.
I think that's not what we've been doing, but I think it makes more sense than what we've been doing.
Okay.
Technically, the thing is, I think technically, if we were gonna do that, it would sort of. We haven't done this before, but I think what it would technically have to be, it would sort of have to be an XP spend, I think.
An
because,
XP, okay.
Yeah.
Just one XP spend to get everyone?
I think so, because it's basically
Okay.
we're talking about like a very like short term, like immediate sort of like thing. This is not like a long.
I think I get like 10 minutes or something with it.
So like I think 1 XP it would be enough to do that with.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys, I trust you guys to do this if you want to do it this way, but I will also go with you if you want me to.
I can get all of us.
Truly adaptable to any circumstance, huh?
Okay, well, we need to make it quick.
Okay, before we do anything, I do want to pull out my little shield because I forgot that I have that, and that takes a whole action to take that
It
out.
sure does.
Yeah, I'm going to do resilience right now.
Cool.
Which I lost 2 power shifts in. Does that make it more resilient? Am I more resilient now?
Wait, what? How do you have power shifts in that?
Yes.
You can have power shift in the power, yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
but
be a
like,
spe-
you
specific
you
power.
put them in that?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Cool.
Does it work here?
I don't.
I didn't make it for that purpose. I just wondered.
I mean, oh, resilience. Wait, hold on.
Resilience is my power shifts. I've had, yeah.
Oh,
no, that's a
resilience is
different
power-
thing. That's like
That's a different
Okay,
thing.
never
yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Resilience is what is?
Is that the one that gives you an extra action recovery roll?
Resilience? No, it just gives
No.
me +1 to my armor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's
for
just
sure.
that's just always there. It's not like a thing that you activate. It's just always there.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I have also resilience.
That
Okay.
feels so much better.
Yeah. So, but this is an important thing. See, I'm glad you said that, because the fun thing about that is that I didn't know, but it's good for me to know now. But also that like that armor piercing round specifically ignores physical armor, so that would not have affected anything. So we're good.
Ooh,
It's
that
all
would
good.
hurt.
But now I know. Now I know that that's the thing. So, and now you know.
Now we all know.
I also, Vina's also feeling very nervous about what just happened. So I'm also gonna do. She's gonna do kind of like a little like a, and like a bunch of light comes up there, and she's gonna go out and like put her hands on all of her friends, and there's kind of like a glow that kind of comes over everybody, and then it's like everybody kind of glows bright for a second, and then it hardens in really quick, and you kind of get really shiny for a second, and then it goes away, and I'm gonna give everyone energy protection. You have 10 armor.
Excellent. And the energy that you are choosing is?
What's the energy weapon? They were using.
Well,
They're using projectiles.
They were using projectiles, so kinetic energy then.
Okay.
Right? That's what we've done in the past. That's what right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
I will give you this insight. However, I will give you this insight. While they did use like the high impact rounds, you noticed that was not the only weapon mounted on those like gauntlets. There were other weapons on there as well. So
ideally, we won't have to get hit by any of them if they can't see us. However,
Yeah.
we're gonna start with that this time.
Okay. Sounds good.
It doesn't actually take that much XP for me to do that on everybody, or an XP intellect.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
just before he jumps, he's gonna use resonance field on himself. I do that for free because Edge eats that up.
Excellent.
And you just the classic fractals of different periods of time, and then that dissipates, and then he's gonna jump everyone.
Okay. Sounds
Through
good.
the gravity well shit.
Jade meanwhile has settled into the co-pilot seat
Okay,
next to
cool.
Alma.
I do want to make us invisible before we go.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah, I would have waited for
I'm gonna
that.
spend my
Sure.
XP and burn my intellect for that, which I think actually my edge eats, so that's cool.
Excellent.
Cool, awesome. I knew I
Okay.
didn't advance for a reason. I knew we were gonna save those.
All right. So,
You're all invisible. You're all in my little orb.
with that,
This is Sabina's little protection orb.
yeah, with that, Taeyeon once again teleports all of you to where are you going in the
So
Engines.
the engine room.
Okay.
I'm assuming that the schematics are the same, so we're probably going to be like imagining the schematics of the normal capital ship. I'm going to jump to
well
the engine.
you have been in one of these before,
Yeah.
like the last time that you were in this time, so like you would have like a clear picture in your mind of like
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And assuming it's the same, which like frankly if any of the interior was going to be different, it wouldn't be that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're able to sort of like form this picture in your mind as you sort of once again that like bubble of space kind of folding in around you, and all of you just you appear in the midst of the engine room, and you begin to sort of slowly push forward. Around you there are engineers. There are a lot like engineering crew sort of like running around, making stuff ready, yelling out like readings and things like that, and just requesting different like tools, things like that. Just that they're moving. Lots of activity. However, I will give you this right now, Bina. You're probably the first one to notice. As you're sort of like glancing around, you notice, firstly, there are another 4 similarly power armored individuals in this room. But you also see a couple of other individuals in this room that you recognize. You see first and most obvious to note because of the massive bulk is that mutant super that you fought at the Arc 1 station. He looks just this enormous hulk of a being, like several times the size of a human. Just in there, like you can see where there looks like on like the face, while he looks to be healed, like on his face and seemingly like across like the chest, which is bare, there is what appears to be like major tissue damage, where there wasn't before. The sort that you would expect to find on corpses that had been in like out in like that you would find normally on corpses that had been in the vacuum of space for a long period of time. You can see that kind of tissue damage. Next to him is the woman who basically like you watched her was like firing lightning off. So and I will also note that in the weeks since then, before he left on some of the like missions that the Resistance had sent relief teams on, Mr. The Inevitable, in an effort to make it easier to identify the enemy supers that you'd come into contact with, had named them, had given them names essentially.
Excellent.
The large like mutant being, he named Rage, and the woman he called Stormer.
Okay.
So yeah, you see these 2 individuals who are there. They are standing on like one of the catwalk platform, not catwalk, but like one of the like sort of platforms, like higher platforms in the room, looking down. She's sort of leaning very sort of like casually and almost like bored, looking against the railing, looking down. And he's just sort of sitting there, just sort of like next to her, just sort of like breathing and like flexing occasionally, and just sort of sitting there. Yeah.
Is there any like while we're moving through people, is anyone like gossip, talking about what's happening, like, or what are we absorbing? Like, what are people? Is anyone having any conversations around us while we're moving through?
Yeah, I will say that as you, I mean, there's conversation. I don't think that you're gonna getting anything very insightful.
Just listening.
Yeah.
There's gossip in the engine room.
Yeah,
that's
the closest that you come to it is just saying like, so they're really out here. Yeah, as far as what I've heard, like that kind of thing. Like it's nothing like. Yeah.
Okay.
They don't know. These aren't
Yeah,
malicious
that's what
people.
they know.
Yeah. So, what I will give you this, however, I will give you this information. This is other information that Bina you would have clocked immediately, and I will say that, like, not only through your observation powers, but like also through just sort of like general change in like emotion. And Mason, you would have also clocked this just from your like, sort of ability to sort of sense danger and just sort of, but. Bina would note the change in demeanor of these power armored figures in the room, and Mason, you watch as their like heads sort of swivel and turn towards your group, and they begin moving forward. There you don't hear any like. There's no sound that comes from any of them, but you do note that Stormer sort of like suddenly stiffens and like pushes up, and you can see as she like says, and then you see just sort of like a grin just sort of slowly spread across her face.
We just need to drop it and go, I think.
She calls out to the room, says, "Well, welcome on in. I think we didn't finish our conversation last time."
Very
I'm just
funny.
gonna throw the bomb.
Yeah, I was like, I'm taking you right up to the closest engine block, and I'm gonna show you where to place it, and then we're gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna rush to the engine block then.
All right. So as you're rushing the
Yeah,
engine
we're not
block,
engaging these people.
you see like the power armored individuals have already started like closing. You see as Rage just sort of grabs onto the rail and like vaults himself, like fully like parkour vaults himself, like legs out and over, and slams down, denting the deck plates on like the lower deck of engineering. Just sort of, he just sort of turns and starts like looking around, and you see as she, like Stormer, just becomes like a bolt of lightning and just down to like right next to him.
I'm gonna pick up, like, as we're moving around things, I'm gonna pick up like a tool or like a just anything, something like that, just something small, while we're moving around. And once we, how long will it take us to get to the nearest engine? Like, how close are we to one?
It's, I would say in like mechanical terms, it's probably like, I'd say it's in like within a short range.
Okay.
Well, I will say, like, I mean, obviously, I'll probably be saying this as we're moving, whispering it, obviously. I'll just be like, is it something can I throw it in from a distance, or do you need to place it in a very specific place for this to work best?
GM? What would I know about place
for the bomb?
This bomb, I want it to be the most efficiently devastating to this area. Would it be best to put it somewhere specifically, or like, because that's what my assumption is.
You're talking about the singularity?
Like, yeah. Do we want to use that here? I'm asking my group.
Right, to destroy the gravity thing? Yeah, I think so, right?
Let's be quick. I don't have anything else that will destroy it, basically. Yeah. Especially now that seems to be surrounded.
I'll tell you this. You don't know. Because you don't know that you don't know the exact effect that singularity, like, you know what it does. You're not sure of like its scope.
That's
yeah.
Fair.
So like it could be something that like you need to be precise with. It could be something that's sort of like everything in the area. You don't know.
Cool. Wouldn't hurt to be precise then.
That's
I'm just gonna find an area that's kind of delicate about this engine, and I'm just gonna point it out, and we're gonna start walking towards it.
Okay. So this is an important thing that Mason, you know, like the power armored people, like they're not moving towards you. They're like walking at you, and you can see like their like arms are coming up. They are looking. They have clocked you. Like they're not moving.
They see us. Like they've got like heat sensing or something. So they can see us.
So where are we in relation to them in the room? Like, what, can you give me a little bit of a picture?
I will next time, because as you are moving towards this engine block.
Because I was gonna do something, but okay.
As you're moving towards this engine block, you see as they all kind of begin closing on you, and sort of seemingly following that, as you're coming forward, you hear the roar from Rage behind you, as you hear the boom, 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 as he's like running, like almost kind of like gorilla-like, with his like enormous like elongated arms just sort of rushing towards you, and you hear boom, boom, boom. And as you look, you can see as like over you, he comes and slams down, like not directly in your path, but like because he clearly he clearly can't see you, but like he has sort of anticipated. He's like relatively in your way. He slams down, and then just sort of looks at the room and just at the room in general. And I think that is where we're going to pick up next time.
Oh boy.
I was looking at the time and I was like, no.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Help.
Okay. It's gonna be interesting.
I got some ideas.
Yeah, so do I.
We all have some fancy. We've got some nice armor right now. It's okay. We're invisible.
Yeah, you
We'll
took a
milk
lot
that
of
for all
good,
it's
you made a
worth.
lot of good choices coming into this one.
Yeah.
We really went like we're just like, let's do it for the first one, and then we got kind of beat up. We were like, wait, hold on, I need to
Hold on, wait a minute.
Like, let's get some buffs before we go in there.
God.
All right. Everyone, thank you so much for coming and joining us tonight. Some things to remember. This Friday, we will have Ramblemancy with special guest Dare to talk about. We're gonna be talking about creating and creation, creativity stuff in general. It's gonna be a fun time talking about that. That's 7 p.m. Pacific on Friday. On Saturday, we have Republic City Rumble. Will have its first episode of our collaborative Avatar Legends actual play with Q Times. It's going to be over on Q Times. The first 2 episodes will be over on Q Times at 6 p.m. Pacific this Saturday. And of course that means no Mass Effect streams on the Discord for the next several weeks, because that will be taking the place. Republic City Rumble will be taking the place of that. So that's where you'll be able to catch us on Saturdays. You can also catch me this Saturday on a charity stream, Kids on Bikes. I will put the links to everything in the Discord, so if you want to see that, I will post that. That is at, I believe it is at 5:45 Pacific time. So yeah, I'll make sure to get all that information to you ASAP. I think that's all as far as Rule of Lore stuff. Discord.
Support us not
Yeah.
on.
That's right. Yes, I forgot to say that at the beginning. Thank you, Caitlin. The bar down here below, the community goals. I've seen a few people donate already during the stream. Thank you so much. This community goal down below us is to encourage you in the wake of Twitch being the way that it is, in the wake of all the hate raids and their continued inaction or insufficient action. We're encouraging you to support us places outside of Twitch. So currently the links that are being put in chat right now will take you to the Streamlabs donation page, where you can set up monthly donations if you want, or you could do one-time donations. It'll help us reach our community goal here, which will unlock a Jackbox party night that will be hosted by John, our very own resident bard, in the Discord server. So if we reach that goal by the end of the month, we'll do a Jackbox party night. It'll be lots of fun. It'll be chaos, I'm sure. Because number 1 Jackbox, number 2 John, so like it's gonna be chaotic. It's gonna be great, a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
So help us get to that. It'll help support the channel, helps us do all kinds of wild stuff, and believe me, I can't tell you anything, but you're gonna want us to be able to do some cool stuff because with everything that we've got coming. So like, yeah,
We got some things that are cool.
yeah, we got some cool stuff coming up. Yeah, of course, you can always support us. As always, you can support us on Patreon. You can support us on Ko-fi. What I will say, announcing this, since this is our first stream since we went live, we actually have a new tier on Patreon. We have a $25 tier now. It doesn't give you any additional benefits, but if you want to like support, if you're looking for ways to support the channel, and kind of you can, then that $25 tier won't give you anything additional in terms of content, but it will give you our eternal love and gratitude.
We will love you a little bit more than our other patrons.
Yeah, that's the benefit. Our love.
Yeah.
Who
But,
says you can't sell
oh,
love?
that's right. John is pointing out
Can't buy love.
it does give you a cool vanity title in the Discord. So
That's right.
Ooh,
That's
who doesn't
right.
want that?
Thank
Yeah.
you, John.
Wait,
so,
what's the title?
I believe the title is,
Oh,
I don't remember because we
I don't
literally
remember
just
either.
did this.
I know.
Hold on, I'll look it up right now, or John will tell me before
we
I get
have
there.
to know how cool the title is to
Yeah,
tease
true.
people.
We're selling it. We're selling you this
Something-
title for $25
it is
a month.
legendary
You can be
supporter.
called
Yeah.
Legendary.
I knew it was
in
legendary.
Discord.
Legendary supporter.
Legendary.
Fuck yeah! So if
Yes.
you want to be legendary,
So it will
Here's
give
away.
you like a cool little vanity title in our Discord, and our eternal love and gratitude.
Is that the
Um,
name of the level 10
So a difficulty for
Sci-fi.
difficulty,
yeah.
Cypher difficulty?
Is it legendary?
It might be.
Oh my god, it might be. No, 10 is impossible.
Or it's up.
10 is
10 is
impossible.
impossible.
Yeah.
9
Oh,
is
okay, yeah.
something up there really
Yeah.
high is legendary.
So,
So,
yeah, it's up there. It's up there.
it's up there. It's pretty high.
Impossible
Impossible would be a really weird name.
Yeah,
to have in a
impossible
server. So
supporter.
this is the best. This is what you get.
Yeah.
It's
You're
the
the
impossible
impossible
supporter.
supporter. No.
Instead of an impossible burger, you're the impossible. Sorry.
The impossible
You're a
girl.
vegan supporter.
You're a
There you
vegan
go.
option. That's our vegan option.
Anyway,
for
you can support us on. You can also, if you're looking for ways to sort of to like send a little bit more in our direction, in a way that was not possible before. Now you can. We've got that up there. So if you feel so inclined, that would be incredible, and we would be so grateful to you. But yeah. Whatever you can do to support, we appreciate everything. So thank you so much, everyone. That's all I've got. I think we're just going to go. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and tuning in. We will see you hopefully this Friday for Ramblemancy. But if not, we will see you the next time you decide to come roll with us. Good night
Bye.
and good zone.
I'm gonna go sweat some more.